Welcome back to another week of the Two Know-It-Alls. I got diddyknowsball and it's your host Ray. We're gonna get straight into it. We're gonna kick it off with another segment that I introduced on the first episode last week of the Forgotten. And this week we're gonna start off with the boy Danny Granger, aka Batman. Um, if you was watching basketball in the late 2000s, then I'm pretty sure you know about Danny Granger, elite mid-range shooter, was elite from the three-point too. Finished his career, I think, shooting 40% from the field on what's called from the three. Um, he had a short um, prime and peak, you can say. Injuries did kind of factor into that, but I feel like he's still somebody that, just like on last week when we talking about Brandon Roy, he was somebody that was definitely going to be uh, um, a true threat later. Like later, if he had more time to actually grow and continue his prime and continue the run he was on, because the 08-09 year is when he finally started fully showing everything was just coming together just about, and he was actually piecing together um, a well-rounded game. Um, he had 3 seasons where he finished top 20 in points per game. He he had a couple seasons where he also finished top 3 in field goal attempts, um, in field goals made. He finished top 20 once. He um, in 3-point field goals, he finished top 10 5 times. Man, um, he was good at getting to the free throw line as well. He was not just a one trick pony. He had all the tools as an offensive player that you would want, and at the size he was, um, being a small forward, he can handle the ball pretty well. He wasn't just going to be flashing like that, but he knew how to get to his sweet spots. He knew how to get exactly where he wanted to be at, and it really wasn't much you can do to try to stop him from doing that. Um, he really wasn't much of a trash talker. He wasn't a showboater. He was just strictly basketball. Um, and with that being said, man, I know Diddy knows ball. I know he always says this, but it is a little truth to it. If we had a chance to see a prime Danny Granger and a young Paul George, that would have been something. Like, I know we talk about those Heat teams and how good LeBron was in his prime when he played with the Heat, but man, we seen what those Indiana Pacers team, how much trouble they put the Heat in, and that was just with one star. So imagine if they would have had two of those stars during those years.
I think Danny Granger would have been a perfect complement to Paul George game too. Like, because he just was a better like offensive player, like in terms of shooting from the midi, shooting from three, and just like really getting buckets as a shooter. Back then, Paul George, he a pretty good shooter now, and that's what he turned into. But back then, he was more of a defensive player, more of an athlete. He was coming along as a skill player, but back then, Danny Granger was a skilled scorer, bro. Dude had 25. He was getting 25 a game. You know that ain't nothing to sneeze at. I don't care when you did it or for how long you did it. So
Yeah. He comes from a I call this draft the draft of good role players. It had some stars in it. Don't get me wrong. You had the Darren Williams, the Chris Pauls, the for a very short stint, David Lee. Um, Another guy who 3 guys in that draft that could have been stars, but due to injury, it was cut short. David Lee, Danny Granger, and Andrew Bynum. Um, but you had other guys like Bogut. Bogut was another guy who was a premier center, and then he had that crazy injury when he was with the Bucks. Um, but you had guys like Raymond Felton, Martell Webster, Charlie Villanueva, Shannon Fry, um,
And what draft
Gerald
class was
Green.
this?
This is
What
oh
draft class was this?
five.
05.
It's
Damn.
no, yeah, oh 05. Yep, oh 05 draft. You had Jared
Damn.
Jack, Nate Robinson, Jason Maxill. If you remember, Mahimi.
Eon
Uh,
Mahimi.
you had Lennox Glazer. If anybody who was a Lakers
I
fan
like
in the
Lennox
late
Clays.
2000s, you remember that dude because he was a
I like Lennox
problem.
Clays.
You had CJ
Wasn't he on
Miles in
that
the
Nuggets
second.
team?
Yep.
Lennox Clays was on the Nuggets team. Okay, keep on my bad.
You had Brandon Bass in the second round, CJ Miles, Ilyasova, Ronnie Turioff, Von Wafer, Monte Ellis, Lou Williams, uh, Amir Johnson. But yeah, they had a lot of players that kind of Andre Blatch. He had a little spell there where he kind of showed some potential, but I don't know what happened. It was really just like one season, maybe if that. Um, but yeah, you had a lot of guys who just they knew how to stick around the league and they knew their jobs. They did their jobs very well. They was the epitome of I know how to be a role player. I know um the people that don't want to do the dirty work, I can do that for you then. Like those are the guys in this draft mainly.
Mm.
Um but yeah, man. Danny Granger, man, he had a chance to be one of the best small forwards of his time, but due to injuries, it was unfortunate, but it slowed him down, and he slowly became a role player. Then um, he started having trouble even just being on the what's called being on the depth chart. Like they was at one point he went to, I think he signed with the Clippers in the same year. They ended up trading him like a couple months later to Miami, and then he signed a multi deal with them, but they didn't really stick much because I mean he never could just bounce back from those injuries. So but shout out to Danny Granger, man.
Shout out
We
to
we
Danny
we know who
Granger.
you was. We knew who you could have been. But yeah,
Who who was the players that was doing their thing in 08, 09? Because I don't know, 26 points a game damn near.
you
What
talking
was
about
that ranking?
the small forward position, just period.
Shit, period. 26 a game? 26 a game?
Uh,
Okay,
and
08, 08, 09. LeBron, well, yeah. LeBron won MVP. Derrick Rose, Rookie of the Year. Dwayne Wade got the scoring title. Dwight Howard, rebounding champ. Chris Paul, he was the assist leader. And the Lakers won the chip. I'm going to look at the other awards. So I want to see who won, who was in first team All NBA. I want to see. That's what I want to see. Uh, Rookie of the Year. Danny Granger got most improved. Jason Terry got six man of the year. Where's the Dwayne Wade won the scoring title? I already said that. I think Chris Paul won the assist title. I think I said that. Anthony Morrow, that boy was the 3-point field goal leader.
oh, see, nah, you ain't about to do that, man. If you know about Anthony Morrow, that boy was a
I know
flamethrower.
he had a flying though. Oh, you want to hear the All NBA teams and all defense teams and the okay,
Mm-hmm.
Kobe, Dwight Howard, LeBron, Dirk, and D Wade was on first team All NBA. Second team All NBA was Tim Duncan, Yao Ming, Chris Paul, Paul Pierce, Brandon Roy. Third team was Carmelo Anthony, Chauncey Billups, Paul Gasol, Shaquille O'Neal, Tony Parker. Yeah,
Shaquille,
no
Shaquille
offense.
O'Neal was still making. Wait, what in 08, 09? Shaquille,
That's what
what was his
it
numbers?
was. It was ugly back then, man. 08, 09. Let me see.
Oh, that year, what's his name got hurt? I want to say. I think he didn't play much of the season. Bonham.
What that mean was it 17 and 8? Well, pretty much 18 and 8.
That's when he was with Phoenix.
Yes, 36 years old.
Oh yeah. Okay. No, okay, I do remember that year. Okay.
Remember he had came
That's
out and was doing all them
yeah.
dances at the All Star game and shit.
That's when that's when they said when he was at Phoenix, that's when they had got him in that real good shape, and he was like, "This is the best I felt in a long time." He was doing his thing, but hey,
So
Kobe
how
got
did
the
Kobe not get this MVP? How Kobe didn't get this MVP? First team All Defense, first team All NBA. They won the chip. Like they should have
Is that
gave
the year
him.
ain't that the year that him and Shaq both won All Star MVP too?
Let's see, All Star MVP. It don't say. It don't say.
But nah, man. I heard something earlier today that I was just like, bruh, the Kobe hate is unreal. People talk about MJ get hate or LeBron gets a lot. Man, Kobe be getting some hate that I've never heard until I got older. They was talking about he was overrated on defense, and the only reason why he kept getting all defensive teams was because of his reputation of what he once was on defense. I said, bro, I've never heard this before. Somebody brought up a quote from Phil Jackson book back in '04 when he was like that he was kind of starting to slow down on the defensive end, and that he felt that he was just getting defensive teams because of his reputation. I'm like, dude, first of all, in '04, of course you can say that about Kobe. Kobe was out there being selfish. But if you're gonna point out what Kobe was doing on that Lakers team, you got to point out what everybody was doing because none of them wanted to play with each other. So I mean, I don't know. It just sounds they always it's always easy to just throw Kobe under the bus about stuff because it's like, well, he was the young guy. He was, they did say he was hard to coach, and he did throw Shaq name in, and when he was being interrogated by the police, and so it's easy to just root against that guy. And also in
You heard Gilbert
'04,
Arenas? You heard what Gilbert Arenas said in his new Vlad interview about Kobe? He
what he
said
say?
when him and Shaq broke up, Gilbert Arenas said Kobe was like, "You could take Phil Jackson ass too." I said, bro,
Hey,
if he said that, that's wild, man.
I'm not
Because
surprised. Hey, Phil Jackson didn't hold his tongue on what he thought about Shaq and Kobe.
oh, and speaking of Danny Granger during the 08-09, them niggas won 36 games, man. But his team was trash. Bro, you want to hear the roster for the Danny Granger? Oh, bro. It was Danny
I'm
Granger,
trying.
Troy Murphy, Jared Jack, Marquise Daniels, TJ Ford, Mike Dunleavy, Jeff Foster, Brandon Rush, Rasho Nesterovich, Roy Hibbert, rookie, uh, Josh McRoberts. So terrible, terrible, terrible.
Josh Smith,
I thought he was gonna be something coming out of Duke.
man. Someone I said, what I tell you.
It was quick. It was quick when I knew he wasn't though. You know, I be knowing quick when they don't look
That's
like
why,
they gonna
like,
have any
when you
success.
tell me you got to watch these college guys, so man, I used to be a college fanatic. It's some people I liked in college, and I didn't have to wait and say like, oh yeah, they game gonna translate. I liked them. I knew they was gonna be nice in college. Soon as they got to the league, I'm not looking for y'all no more. I know y'all game wasn't gonna translate because
Yeah.
some of y'all was just some of them was really just going off of natural ability. They would I could tell the people that was actually working on their game and people that were just like, man, I'm naturally gifted with this. All right, you gonna
I'm
meet a
out,
whole bunch of people in the league that's naturally gifted that's riding the bench.
I always scared of them dudes that be athletes, like they was athlete in high school, athlete in college, never had no skill going from high school to college, and then you be like, yeah, they go get some skill when they get to the NBA. I'm like, I literally sat here and watched them 4 years of no progression. I don't know. I don't know. But ready to move on.
Yeah, let's get to the next forgotten on the list. We got Elton Brand himself. Mr. Elton Brand was also a guy that faced injuries in his career, but before those injuries completely took him out the game and became a full time role player, he did have a nice peak, especially during a time in basketball where power forwards had a lot of underrated players. Um, Now, mind you, his prime and peak years was on a trash Clippers team. This is before the Clippers became Lob City, but still, I don't care what era. You come in your rookie year averaging 20 and 10, you're gonna be a problem. And then he repeated the same stat line the very next year, and actually started went from 2 assists to 3 assists. So he also became a better passer in a sense. I mean, I know people try to say they don't try to translate how good of a pass you are with how many assists you got, but as a big, when your assist numbers go up, that means something. But he had his first, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. His first 8 seasons, he was basically a 20 and 10 guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you think about it from that aspect, is that not low key Hall of Fame numbers? Can you name me 8 Hall of? Can you name me 5 Hall of Famers in their first 8 seasons? They was giving you 20 and 10, and they was skillful at the 20, not no Dwight Howard catching lobs and putbacks. I'm talking about somebody who getting the ball in the mid range, getting on the block, and he's actually going to work getting those 20.
Right. Trust me, I really like Elton Brand. I really respect his game. I liked it. Corey Maggette, Cuttino Mobley. I think they had Sam Cassell one of them years. But I liked it, that team. Chris Kaman. Shout out little Chris. That boy took a picture with Chris Kaman when he was a little kid. But Elton Brand, bro, he could get you buckets, but he started playing too late in his career. He started playing too late into his career, man. So
if he would have retired early, you think he would have been in the Hall of Fame?
Yes. You ruin your stats like that, and plus you are already not a household name. You're not a household name. Why you play so damn long? What you trying to prove, man?
I don't think he was. He don't got the accolades. That's the only thing that was gonna keep him out. That's the only thing that's keeping him out.
But it just would look better if you had 20 and 10 on your resume, regardless. So that's just how I feel about that. It just he could have just.
I mean, he did that for 7 seasons.
But then you muck it up though. He mucked it up, right? He mucked it up. It is what it is. It's like I ain't got nothing against him, but he mucked it up, bro. That dude, like 16 and 8, that don't look as good as 20 and 10, man.
Man, we got some people in the Hall of Fame that got numbers that look atrocious.
So what was he? He was a power forward. So where would you rank him in power forward
in his time?
Yeah, from 2000 to about 2000.
You know the way they try to say Paul Gasol was you know when they try to big up Paul Gasol so they can make it seem like Kobe had a lot of help when he won those last 2 championships. But he was before he got to Lakers though.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Elton Brand was in that tier. He just didn't have the team success with him. So you got 2 guys that's very skillful, but they not winning nothing. One is going to the playoffs, but he can't get out the first round. The other guy's on a completely trash team.
Elton Brand,
skill wise and numbers wise, the only guys you can really put ahead of him was KG, Dirk, Tim Duncan. All those other power forwards, that was nice. Elton Brand was right on par with them.
Sure.
Amari Stoudemire, all them. Amari Stoudemire was on a better team. You put Elton Brand, a prime Elton Brand, on any playoff team, he's gonna be in conversations you never heard him in before. He had a whole bunch of wasted years, and the Clippers didn't do him no justice. You can't have a premier guy like that out of Elton Brand who's giving you 20 and 10 consistently, and you can't find no help. You gave him an old Sam Cassell. Cuttino Mobley is not going to cut it. Corey Maggette is not going to cut it. That's a role player.
Cuttino Mobley they made it the first round too. He got to the second round. They beat the Nuggets. And
that was on Melo rookie year. I think that was Melo rookie year or something like that.
Hey, still did
or
it.
second. I can't remember. It was one of those.
And he made second team All NBA. So Sean Mir he made it second team All NBA. Carmelo made third team All
Oh, matter of
NBA
fact, I
his rookie
stand
year.
corrected. His first 9 seasons in the league, he averaged 20 and 10. He had 2 seasons
Mm-hmm.
with the Chicago where he did 20 and 10. And his 7 seasons with the Clippers, he did 20 and 10. So you tell me that's over half his
Woo!
career. He played 17
Okay.
years, and for 9 of those years, he gave you 20 and 10. You tell me what that
I,
what did that sound like?
I'm gonna give you a list of the top power forwards, and I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah, during that.
see.
Oh, Chris Webber was during that time too.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you to rank these power forwards. I'm gonna ask you to rank the power forwards between what 2000 to 2010.
Mm-hmm.
So you think he was better than Pau Gasol? He would have been looked at as better than Pau Gasol. Pau Gasol did win with Kobe.
They probably would have finished with this same thing that you're looking at right now. 2-time All Star, 1-time All NBA. I don't think Paul Gasol had All NBA, even when he played with until he got with Kobe. So Elton Brand gave you an All NBA performance on a trash team.
They wasn't that trash. They won 40. I think they were like 46 and 36, something like that. If I'm
You
not
take Elton
mistaken.
Brand off that team, they trash. And you
Oh yeah,
you
not
you remember what
47 and
happened to the
35.
you remember what happened
Yeah.
to the Clippers for a while on there until Chris Paul and them all came along. Even
Okay.
what's it called Blake Griffin first 2 years. I mean, one year he was hurt, and the next year, um, I mean, it was just it was nice to watch. It was entertaining, but they weren't winning.
Okay, I'm gonna give you Chat GPT list. Let's do this. Let's play a game, and then you say if you like it or not, and you redo it. So number one, they got Tim Duncan, top 10
Okay.
power forwards from 2000 to 2010. Number one, they got Tim Duncan. Number two, they got Dirk Nowitzki. Number three, they
Okay.
got Kevin Garnett. Number
Hmm.
four, they got Chris Webber. Number five, they got Pau Gasol. Number six, they got Amari Stoudemire. Number seven, they got Rasheed Wallace. Number eight, they got Sean Marion. Number nine, they got Zach Randolph. Number 10, they got Carlos Boozer. So where is you putting Elton Brand in this list? Is he
I'll
over
take
Carlos Boozer, Zach Randolph, Sean Marion, Rasheed Wallace?
Sean Marion. That's a tough one because he do got some MVP. He do got some top 10 MVP voting seasons.
Man, if you had to be,
He
I mean, Sean Marion a better. Nah, hell no. I'm sorry, Ray. Sean Marion, he's a better role player, but like Elton
People
Brand, I'd
forget
rather
what
have
Sean.
Elton Brand.
People forget about Sean Marion though. Before as at the power forward position, what I would want out of my power forward, I probably would want a Elton Brand more like. But it just depends on what type of team you building around. Because Sean
But
Marion was a guy who could guard the 1 through 4 effectively.
starting with nothing, you starting with nothing, and you got them two on the board: Sean Marion or
To
Elton
be
Brand.
honest, I might go with Marion because Elton Brand proved that with the injuries he wasn't gonna last that long. So I mean, you can't go wrong with Marion in that situation. Marion really didn't get hurt much.
Until you can't get nobody else that can be the focal point of your damn offense.
Thing is, it's a crazy question because I don't think anybody has ever had to be like faced with who you gonna start your team with, Sean Marion or Elton Brand. I've never thought
Oh,
about those. Um,
Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer over Elton
I'm
Brand.
taking Elton Brand in his prime, his heyday, over those guys though. That's just what it is.
So where would he be? Would he be six after
He should
seven or eight?
he
Because
should
you
be
know
right
they
after
got.
Amari Stoudemire.
So you would think Elton Brand better than Rasheed Wallace.
Oh, I see. No, I was putting him right after Rasheed, right after
So
Sheed.
eight. So it will be eight. So it'll be Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Pau Gasol, Mari Stoudemire, Rasheed Wallace, um, Elton Brand, Sean Marion, Zach Randolph, and you'll kick off Carlos Boozer. I don't know, Ray. Carlos Boozer versus Elton Brand.
Elton, Carlos should be on the list. Zach didn't really start showing up until after the 2010s, as far as like success wise, when he got with Grizzlies. So that's why I'm like, why they got him on that list? Because when his winning days with Portland wasn't because of him. He was a young dude. He was fighting for minutes some of those years. That was Scotty and Sheed and all them that was actually carrying the load. He wasn't that guy yet. And when he became that guy, Portland wasn't doing nothing. So that's why I'm trying to see why they like. How you gonna have Zach Randolph on that list? It got to be because his name is more noticeable. That's the only reason. During the 2000s, Zach Randolph was no.
Okay, let's see what Zach Randolph did. Like this, regardless of which era, who's just better, Zach Randolph or Elton
Career
Brand?
wise, I'll say Zach.
Okay, because Zach
During
Randolph
their
got two
primes
All
or their
Stars.
peaks.
He got two All Stars, an All NBA, and he got Most Improved, and he been to a conference finals. So
I can say career wise, I'll say Zach. But if you're talking about just for the 2000s, I'm giving that to what's it called? I'm giving it to Brand.
but
People don't.
hold
Hey
on though,
man, if
Ray.
you
From 2001 to 2010, hey, Zach Randolph up there. He had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 seasons in that time stretch where he was over 20 and 10. And then his best year, he was at 24 and 10. And then he had another year where he was
Elton Brand
21
got that too,
and 12, and he was 20 and 12.
bro.
He looking.
Elton Brand got a 24 and 10 year in that 9 year stretch too, man. What you talking about?
Y'all let me know in the comments who y'all got, Elton Brand or Zach Randolph.
Of the
Elton Brand or Zach
2000s,
Randolph.
not for their
Or the
whole
two.
career, just for the 2000 to 2010.
Shit, that's what I'm saying. It's closer than what you think, even from that time period. But you let me know whenever you're ready to move on. Anything else you want to say about Elton Brand?
Man, all I'm saying is if he had some more, if he had just some jewelry to go with his accolades, he a Hall of Famer, no doubt. You can't name me. You cannot name me that many Hall of Famers at his position that had 9 legit seasons in a row that gave you 20 and 10 from the jump. So I mean that's all I'm saying.
Hey, I ain't gonna disrespect Elton Brand, but give me Zebo. Give me Zebo. He had like 4 deep playoff runs.
He had better teams too. That makes a whole lot of a difference. You switch Elton Brand with any power forward you think better than him.
Okay, right. Okay. So he doing the same. So Elton Brand doing what Pau Gasol did. Kobe getting him 3 finals appearances with Elton Brand.
If Brand stay healthy, Lakers still win.
Okay. You ready to move on?
And during his prime, his numbers went up in the playoffs. He went to
They did.
25, 10, and 4.
They did.
He was giving you almost 3 blocks.
I like Elton Brand, bro. I ain't dissing, but it's just like
Gasol ain't never did that as the man.
Hey, this is why I love this show, because it's like we get to talk about people we don't necessarily get. Come on, who talking about Elton Brand?
Never did that when he was with the Grizzlies.
Okay, but he still, Pau Gasol. Let's see what Pau Gasol would do. He probably is better than Pau Gasol from 2000, 2010. Well, I can't say that because Pau Gasol got like 2 chips in that time, but he was a number 2.
Hey.
4 All NBA, 6 All Stars, Rookie of the Year.
Them Laker days. One of them All Stars came in 2011. I ain't trying to hear that. 2 of them came when he was with the Bulls. And no, I'm trying to see. Man, no, I ain't trying to hear all that.
Okay. All right. So from 2000, so you can put him. You can put him.
He couldn't even average 10. He couldn't even average 10 rebounds with Memphis, man. What are we doing here, man?
What you said from 2000, 2010. We got 2 chips.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what I'll say. Revive, like, hey, that's what really got him going with that Hall of Fame talk when he got with the
hey,
Lakers. But if he would have stayed with Memphis, I mean, they eventually would have got good, but he would have been old about it.
mm.
His brother would have came in. He would have been a role player at that point because then Zebo was there too.
Shout out Elton Brand, man. His stats is way better than what you would think if you go back and look. So, hey, y'all out there, if y'all into basketball like that, go look at the Elton Brand, one of the underrated power forwards of the 2000s, man.
One of the more agiles, what's called big man. If you know, you know. That's all I'm gonna say on that, man. Now let's get into
Yeah.
this guess who segment. It's something I found interesting. I don't really like this dude, but I got this idea from a man named Nick Wright. He used to have this little segment where he'll do a little he'll have a mystery box, and he'll just have a player's stats, field goal percentage, and maybe like all NBAs or something like that. And then it was really like a mind trick type of thing because sometimes your favorite player stats won't match up with the other two, but you don't know that yet because you you just so caught up in, oh man, this is the best stats right here, and he'd be like, which one of these players would you pick just based on what you see? And they'd pick so and so. And he was like, that's interesting. And he'd reveal who the players is, and you'd be like, bro, what? And your favorite player is somebody you overlook completely because somebody else's numbers was better than theirs. So with this though, with that being said, with what you see right now, Diddy, who go to player two and then look at, like, just get a good look at each player, what they
Okay,
kind of
I
did
got
with
them
their
pulled up
career.
already. I can see them all at the same time. This is player
What-
2. Player 1, 12-time All-NBA, 12-time All-Star, 21.8 points per game. Player 2, 11-time All-NBA, 11-time All-Star, 22.1 points per game. Player 3, 10-time All-NBA, 10-time All-Star, 21.1 points per game. And can you give me like 3 questions I can ask? Can I ask some questions? You give me 3 of them, and I can
Oh, first, I,
narrow it
first I
down.
was going. First, I was
Oh,
going
you
to
already
ask,
had it.
out of these
Okay.
guys, um, who would you say, based on what you see, had the best career out of these guys?
Oh, watch. Let me see. See,
Or
I need a little bit more context. I need a little bit more context. I ain't
Well,
gonna lie.
no. After you answer this, then you can ask me the questions and we can go from there. I just want to see
Oh,
your
okay.
initial thought on
Oh,
that.
okay.
When
I
you
see what
seen
you're
this,
saying.
you were just like, "Oh man, this dude right here, he was, man."
Okay. Let me see. Let me add them all to one thing. I don't put them all in one thing now. You're saying like a trick question, so I'm gonna go player 2. The safe bet. 22 points. Got 11 All NBAs, 11 All Stars. I'm gonna go player 2. Now,
Okay.
now I can have some questions.
Mm-hmm.
Are they all these players the same position?
No,
Um.
they all bigs though. I will give you that though. They are all bigs, but they
Okay.
not. They not. They don't play the same position though.
So I gotta guess each one.
You can try to guess.
Okay. My
I
question
thought
for
you had more
player 1.
questions. Okay,
I do.
player one.
I got
Okay.
2 questions. My question for player 1: did he play in the early 2000s in his prime?
No.
Okay, so that's Hakeem Olajuwon, player one. Uh, player two. Player two. That's Tim Duncan.
No,
Oh, player three is Tim Duncan.
nope,
Oh, player two, was he a Laker? And I got one more
nope.
question after that. Oh my goodness, who's that? Larry Bird? Is that Larry Bird? Player two.
Mm,
So I got player one right. Did I get player one though?
Yeah, you got player one.
I got player one Hakeem. Player two, 11. Dude was 11 All NBA, 11 All Star, 22.1 point per game. Uh, I got one more question. Was he on either the Lakers or the Celtics?
No time in their career.
Damn, I timed out. Who's player two? Who player three? I got player one was Hakeem.
Player two is Sir Charles, and player three is David Robinson.
Yeah, I don't think
You
about them
picked
two.
Charles Barkley over Hakeem Olajuwon. You should have stuck with the 12-time All NBA, 12-time All Star.
I was thinking, I knew that one was Hakeem. I was like, as soon as you said, damn, yeah, damn,
No,
that shit is very close. With those accolades, those specific ones, All Stars, All NBAs, points per game. Man, that was a good
I
one. That
can
was a
say
good one.
when you get deep into their accolades, then Charles Barkley slowly kind of fades away. He do got a rebound champ, but you talking about Dave Robinson, 8-time All Defense. You talking about what's called King, 2-time Defense Player of the Year, 7-time All Defense or whatever. So it's like Charles Barkley. I mean, you nice, but all your accolades really just come from the offensive end. But
What made you
um
put these three on here?
um I want the thing about the Guess Who, I want to kind of have people that either played in the same era, played whether they the same position or not, but played the same style of basketball. Far as like, okay, you a post player, or you somebody who loved the mid range game, or you somebody who lived outside, or you somebody who just kind of was an all around player. So I want to kind of keep it like that. Now, every once in a while, I will throw a wild card in there, and I will definitely what's called mix it up. So then you'll be like, okay, hold on a second, like
Oh, this gonna be fun. Did we just figure this out in real time? So we would do it like this, and then give a person three questions, and yeah, three questions and how many guesses. We'll figure it out off camera. But I like that, man. Charles Barkley, yeah. Sorry, I picked you. I wouldn't have did that. I ain't got nothing against Charles Barkley. It just, man.
I think him off the court made people kind of slowly forget what he was on the court, because it was like, okay, now you're a regular personality, and sometimes you be having some of the craziest takes on things, and just like your opinion on things, period, be like, bro, what? So I think that's
Hmm.
why some people don't go back and actually be like, man, hold on a second, like this dude Charles Barkley was a beast.
He just was too
But
little for me. He don't play no defense. It's like it'll be a
he one of
long line before I get to him.
he one of the greatest rebounders.
I guess. Hakeem Olajuwon, Charles Barkley, David Robinson. You ready to move on?
And say next, I already got next week's Guess Who. You gonna really be confused by that one.
So
This is Sparta.
I've been waiting for this because we really got some of the same names in our 40 to 31. We really got some.
Now, for those who think that I didn't rank, what's his name? I did James Harden dirty. Hey, Let me know let me know where I went wrong. And say my opinion ain't the all in. What's that end all be all? So I can be wrong too. But I mean, I really can't be wrong by my own opinion. But
Make sure
if
y'all get
you
in the
feel
comments and critique Ray's list, man. He got a lot going on right here. I really like your 40-31 because I got some of the same dudes. But yeah, you can go and get to it. My bad.
first things first, I had to make sure I put Amari Stoudemire ahead of Pau Gasol. I strategically made sure wherever I put Amari, I was gonna put Paul Gasol right behind him.
You say keep that same energy, huh?
Hey man, man, the rings boosted Paul Gasol. I'm gonna keep saying that. I love what Paul Gasol brought to the Lakers as a Laker fan, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like he just automatically became a better player just because he got into a winning situation. If we being real, he was still the same player he was with Memphis. I can give you about 18, 19 points a game. I can get you about 9, maybe 10 rebounds a game. And that was something Lakers needed. They needed another guy they could go to on offense because Lamar Odom, he was more of a facilitator. He wasn't a natural go-to guy when we need you to go get a bucket, Lamar. Lamar wanted to be a facilitator. And then once he got that going, then he could mix in the scoring. Andrew Bynum wasn't a natural just, hey man, give me the ball and I'm gonna go to work. That wasn't his thing. He learned how to do that as he was in the NBA. Kareem got with him, and right before he had those major knee injuries, that's when Kareem kind of got him going. But we never fully seen it into full fruition because of the injuries. So Paul Gasol was just the right person to come at the right time. You're like, hey, I can do that. I was already doing it with Memphis, but now I'm with an all-time great, one of the greatest players of all time. Yeah, this is gonna be enough now. Cause we had everything. We just needed another go-to guy on the offensive end. We had the role player set. We had defensive guys out of Ariza and Kobe on the perimeter, and then you had guys that just knew their role. So he just fit perfect. But like I always say, Amari Stoudemire was that guy.
You gonna go
He
through your
came
list,
back.
man, before I pick it apart. Before we pick
You
it
talk.
apart,
Hey,
man.
pick it apart. Ask me a question. Tell me
So,
why I went
so,
wrong. I'm gonna tell you why I got him where I placed him.
Ray got 40 Joel Embiid, 39 Pau Gasol, 38 Amari Stoudemire, 37 Manu Ginobili, 36 Luka Doncic, 35 Andre Iguodala, 34 James Harden, 33 Kyrie Irving, 32 Ben Wallace, 31 Vince Carter. So you know where I'm finna start. Vince Carter
Vince
should not
Carter.
be the best player in this whole goddamn range. From 40 to 31, out of all these names, Vince Carter is probably the worst. He's probably the worst player on this whole list. He's the worst player on 40 to 31. And you got,
I'm gonna
well, he's
start.
the second worst behind
I'm gonna
Iguodala.
start it like
The
this.
fact that you go,
I'm gonna start it like this. Um, if you're talking about strictly their primes and their peaks, nobody held a top 5 spot at their position longer than Vince Carter did. If you're talking about their primes and their peaks, nobody was in the playoffs more than Vince Carter was. The only other argument you may have is Ginobili. And guess what? He
oh,
was part of a dynasty. That's the
Vince
only
Carter
other
not
player you
better
have an
than James
argument
Harden
for.
either. Vince Carter not better than James Harden either, bro. I don't even like James Harden, but he's way better than Vince Carter, bro. Like there's no you. How is Vince Carter better than James Harden, right?
Is it?
Yeah, that's how
Is
is
this?
Vince Carter better than James Harden? He's
He
not.
was a better 3-point shooter.
Yeah, it's
Better
absolute
finisher.
craziness.
He was a better
This is
finisher. He was a better what's it called?
Thank you, Chris. Vince Carter is high, and Embiid will be higher than most of his career. Yeah, we know that, but Vince Carter too damn high, man. Thank you, bro. Vince Carter is too high, bro. Like, come on, bro.
Man, listen. All I'm gonna say is this. People don't want to give Vince Carter his flowers. I'ma do it. Because
Vince
you
Carter
seem to
is
forget.
not better than James Harden,
You
man.
do not be sound. You do not be sounding like an early 2000s kid, man. 90s
Bro,
baby,
hey,
early two. If you was a 90s baby and an early 2000s kid, you knew what Vince Carter meant to those kids, man.
Ray, we grew up on Kobe. We grew up on people that were winning
Bro,
championships. Vince Carter didn't do none of that in the same era. And then when Vince Carter went to New Jersey, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, Vince Carter finally in a position to win." He lost to LeBron, man. Dude lost to LeBron, man. A
LeBron beat a
young
lot of
LeBron.
guys.
His first year
Why we
in
gonna hold that
this is
against
his
Vince
first year
Carter?
in the playoffs.
Did he not beat
Who
Detroit? Did
he
he
beat
not
Antoine
beat?
Jameson by himself. Detroit didn't have Rasheed Wallace, man, and they was on a decline.
No, they didn't have. I thought they didn't have Ben Wallace. They had Rasheed though.
They didn't have one of them damn Wallaces, but they was on a decline as
Ben
well.
Wallace on the decline. You want to talk about decline? So him not being there, okay.
But I'm saying there's no reason for that team to lose to that fresh LeBron-led Cavaliers team. LeBron got his stripes off Vince Carter, bro. We look at LeBron a
No, he
certain
got his
type of way
stripes off.
because he
Nah,
made
when
that.
he went crazy,
No,
you ain't never heard nobody talk about what game he went crazy in against the Nets. They talk about that series against Detroit when he started. That's when he finally started showing out.
that's because Vince Carter, his career didn't become nothing to where we would have gave a damn, man. Vince Carter didn't do nothing with his career, man, in terms of
So while we
winning.
talk
So
about
we
that
don't care.
Detroit
If
series, who on that team? Who was he having a showdown with in that Detroit team? Rip
they were
Hamilton.
champions, they were winners. We don't talk
Bro,
about him beating Vince Carter because he beat a
they
loser.
won. They
No,
won
okay,
LeBron's rookie
no,
year.
no.
Why are
Get
we
back to
still living
this.
off that? Why are we still living off that? That
Okay,
happened 3 years before that.
okay. Let me get to this. How has Vince Carter been in James Harden?
I feel like from on the offensive end, because I feel like he's a better defender. So I don't have to explain that side of the ball. Vince Carter not a better defender than Harden was.
He is, but he's not a notable defender. His damn self. Harden's just that terrible at defense, but Harden is so much better offensively than Vince Carter. It don't make no sense.
You can say he's a better passer.
I am going to say he's a better passer.
Name what else is he better at
He got a better mid range.
He ain't a better 3-point shooter. He's not a better 3-point shooter. He is not a better mid range shooter. He is not no better mid range shooter than Vince Carter.
Are you serious? Okay.
Come on, man.
I guess Vince Carter. The only thing Vince Carter got on him is 3-point shooting and finishing. The mid range game, the floater game, nah. The passing,
the mid range post game. Are you forgetting who Vince Carter was offensively? You can say he fell short when it comes to playoff basketball, and he didn't get it done with the teams what he had with New Jersey. But far as what he brought with his game, though, his skill level on offense, bruh, come on, man. That's the thing. People was looking at him as just an athlete. They were still looking at him as just an athlete, even when he polished his game. His game really was always polished, other than his rookie year. His second year in the league, he was showing you, hey, I got a turnaround fadeaway game. I got a nice pull-up midi game. I got a nice 3-point game. I can really shoot deep threes. He was the first one to actually do that of the modern, modern day basketball. He was the first one that was casually shooting.
But we're talking.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a good player, man.
He's a Hall of Famer.
He's a good player, bro.
He's a Hall of Famer.
James Harden's an NBA 75. James Harden's an NBA 75 player. He's an MVP, man. I don't even like James Harden, man. Say, bro, Damian Lillard's been further than Vince Carter. He been further than Vince Carter. He done won more than Vince Carter as the number one guy. What the hell you talking about, man? Come on, bro. Dame is way better than Vince Carter. James Harden is way better than Vince Carter, man.
You name me all
Vince Carter is the second worst person in your 40 through 31, period. And you got him 31. That is ridiculous, man. He's the second. Yes, Andre Iguodala is terrible, man.
So Embiid not worse than him? Embiid is actually looked at as the second best player in this era. Can't even get the second round. Vince Carter was never viewed that high, the second best player in the whole league.
Give me Embiid over Vince Carter, yes. What the hell is you talking about, man? At least Embiid can say, "Hey, I still got some time."
What's the most? Vince Carter done won more than Embiid. At least he got an Olympic gold medal. What does Embiid even have as a medal? He don't have nothing.
You bringing up an Olympic gold medal, man?
What does Embiid have? Oh, the MVP that he cried about. and proceeded to lose in the second round.
If you take Vince Carter over Joel Embiid,
I'm
I don't
doing
really.
it.
I can't. It's cool, but come on now. He's not better than Manu Ginobili. He's not better than Luka. He's not better. Come on, man. The only person on this list he's better than is Andre Iguodala. I'll take Kyrie Irving over Vince Carter. I'm taking Ben Wallace over Vince Carter.
What
This
has
is
Kyrie
terrible.
done? What has Kyrie done in his career without LeBron? Because that's really what we're living off of.
What has Vince
1
Carter done
year.
in his career?
1
What has Vince
year.
Carter
We're
done in his
living off
career?
of 1 year. That's
What
the
has
only
Vince
thing
Carter
Kyrie
done
has
in
in
his
his name.
career? Well, what did Kyrie average in the finals as an individual? We can
He averaged like
as an
25.
individual. As an
25.
individual, bro.
So hold on a second. So if we're gonna clown Olympic medals, we need to clown all of them then. So why do we always bring up when Kobe was a 2-time gold medalist?
We don't bring
why we
that shit.
talk
Come
about
on, bro.
Jordan? Why we talking about the Redeem team and the Dream team? Why we talk about those if those don't mean nothing?
Okay. Let me see if you got
Why we
something wrong
clown?
with my list.
Why we clown LeBron for not? Why we clown LeBron and Melo and all them for winning a what's called a Bronze Day on a rookie year if it don't matter? We can't pick and choose when it matters and when it don't matter. No, Jason Kidd wasted his own time because Jason Kidd was stinking it up before Vince Carter got there.
But he better than Steve Nash. Okay. Let's get to my list.
Vince Carter came into a situation. They wanted him to bail him out, and he couldn't do it. That's what it was.
Let's get to my list. I got Vince Carter on mine too, but it is what it is. 40, I got Joel Embiid.
Oh, let me
40, I got Joel
back around.
39, I got Gilbert Arenas. 38, I got Amari Stoudemire. 37, I got Kyrie Irving.
Klay Thompson is not better than Amari Stoudemire. I might got a Klay Thompson over Amari Stoudemire too, though.
35 is Vince Carter. 34 is Paul George. 33, Jimmy Butler. 32, Chris Bosh. 31, Klay Thompson. Yep.
Oh yeah, I do.
Pick my list apart.
Chris Bosh is not better than Amari Stoudemire at any point in his career.
And we say he can't cook you right now.
Man,
that is hilarious. Nah, Ray, that's terrible. Vince Carter, the best player on your 40 through 31, is ridiculous, bro. What's your problem with my list?
Chris Bosh ain't better than Amari Stoudemire at no point in his career. Ever. Nobody ever viewed Chris Bosh as the same level as Amari Stoudemire. That's laughable.
People forget. I feel like
I know what he did. I know he was for Toronto.
Defensively. I'm talking about defensively what he was. Bro, you got to think about it. He was a number one option
in high school.
Hold on. Chris Bosh was Chris Bosh. Come on, bro. Stop that. You know Chris Bosh. But Chris Bosh, I'm not even the biggest Chris Bosh fan, but if you look at how he helped change the game when he became small ball, Chris Bosh was a big part of that because he was able to switch on to the perimeter. Chris Bosh was able to hit the midi. He was able to hit the occasional three. He could switch 1 through 4 or 2 through 4 basically. He can protect the rim. He was a good rebounder. Chris Bosh, you could argue Chris Bosh was one of the best third options ever in terms of winning championship basketball. Chris Bosh is one of the best third options ever, and for that alone,
Amari Stoudemire never had to worry about being no third option.
And Amari Stoudemire ain't got 2 chips.
Chris Bosh was stinking up in the finals. What are you talking about? His most memorable moment in the finals is getting that rebound
and pass to A-Land. Yes, we know. Chris Bosh is better than Amari Stoudemire as a career. He had a greater career. So who had a better career, Amari Stoudemire or Chris Bosh?
Amari Stoudemire. Bro, you cannot just say just because he got 2 rings, he's automatically better.
Chris Bosh was 24-10 as a number 1 guy. He made it to the playoffs just like Amari Stoudemire ain't did nothing.
Amari Stoudemire was doing it as the number 2 guy.
Chris Bosh, one of the best third options of all time. One of the best.
Amari Stoudemire was a second option, having more MVP votes than him is crazy. You bragging about something that he was doing as a number 2 guy and was getting more MVP recognition.
Bro, Ray, this is TheTwoKnowItAll's greatest NBA players I've seen. Chris Bosh, he was a switchable big that started the small ball shit. Am I lying? He could protect the rim. He could rebound. He could hit the jumper. Chris Bosh was one of the most important parts of that Miami Heat team because what he could do and allowed them to get out
You
of
talking about the
the
same Chris Bosh that was getting cooked by Dirk Nowitzki in the finals? This so-called able to switch on small
Oh,
ball and be able to defend. You talking about
the
that
same
same Chris
Chris
Bosh?
Bosh, the same Chris Bosh that outplayed LeBron in that same finals. Yes,
They lost though, right? Is Chris
was
Bosh is
it Chris Bosh
outplaying?
fault?
If Chris Bosh is outplaying
Okay,
the actual
let's
number
do it.
one guy, you're not gonna win.
Let's do it. Because I'm not putting Amari Stoudemire just because he looked it better as a number one option, number two option on the team that didn't win over Chris Bosh, man, who did it, who was 24-10 when he had his own damn team.
If that's gonna be your argument, keep that argument consistent with every player on
I
your list
don't
going
have to
forward.
do that. I don't have to do that like that.
Then hey,
I don't
what?
have to do that. It's based because, bro, this is my thing where everybody
How
say,
you gonna
man,
use that argument for that player?
you gotta,
And if I come back with another player later on,
because this is what I'm saying. Me, when I look at basketball and when I say great, you can say Amari Stoudemire has an argument against Chris Bosh. It's just like skill wise or just, man, he had a deeper bag, he was a better scorer, whatever. But when I say greatness, is do you have a skill set that can contribute to winning championships?
so why is Kyrie behind LaMarcus Aldridge?
I just feel like
you really believe that Amari
Aldridge.
you believe LaMarcus Aldridge is better than Amari too?
Personally, hey, this is my list, man. You know he went to Texas, bro. I love LaMarcus Aldridge. I feel like LaMarcus Aldridge is underrated, bro. He's a 7-time All-Star, 5-time.
I'm assuming on next week's episode you're
gonna surprise me.
You're gonna surprise with TJ Ford then. Why you show TJ Ford no
the
original Longhorn?
Okay, you want to do this? LaMarcus Aldridge, 7-time All-Star, 5 times All-NBA, right? What is Amari? Amari is a 6-time All-Star, 5 times All-NBA. Okay. That sounds kind of close to me, and it sounds like LaMarcus Aldridge got more of everything. So what we doing?
Bro, I see you didn't go to those numbers, so I'm gonna do that.
You can do. I don't, bro. Hey, say, man, LaMarcus Aldridge to me was better than Amari Stoudemire. I don't give a damn. Amari probably had a better peak, but a better player, bro. Give me LA. LA was a beast, bro.
Yeah, that's the same reason why they was ready to just turn the keys to Dame when he was still in his prime. Yeah, he's a better player for sure. That's crazy. Man.
That was stupid. They should have kept them both. That was stupid, bro.
They didn't believe in him.
So what Amari doing?
We don't believe you.
21
you need
9.
More people.
21 and 9.
Ain't that what your goat said?
19 and 8. 21 and 9 versus 19 and 8. That shit pretty close. But then in San Antonio, he went up to 20 and 8, 19 and a half and 8, whatever. Give me LaMarcus Aldridge over Amari Stoudemire. Let me know in the comments, who would y'all rather have, Amari Stoudemire or LaMarcus Aldridge? I don't give a damn. I'm going LaMarcus Aldridge. Let us know in the comments.
That boy's giving you 21 and 9 in his prime, man.
Give me LaMarcus Aldridge over Amari Stoudemire. I don't give a damn. LaMarcus Aldridge is better than a lot of people, bro. I don't care. In terms of actual game, LaMarcus Aldridge up there, bro. Y'all be y'all sleep on LA.
Let's make this easy. Let's do it. Let me go to LaMarcus. Let's see if this even up. Marcus Aldridge.
Man, shout out Jabari. Look at that. Bosh over Amari. Yep. Hey, I'm finna start putting these polls up, man. I'm finna start making polls, man. You got to do some, bro. Hey, LaMarcus Aldridge or Amari Stoudemire. Yeah, let me know in the comments. Man. Cause hey, y'all liking the list? These are the greatest players that I've seen with my own 2 eyes. 40 to 31. 40, I got Embiid. 39, I got Gilbert Arenas. 38, I got Amari Stoudemire. 37, I got Kyrie Irving. 36, LaMarcus Aldridge. 35, I got Vince Carter. 34, Paul George. 33, Jimmy Butler. 32, Chris Bosh. 31, Klay Thompson. If y'all want to see Ray's list, here it is. 40, he got Joel Embiid. 39, he got Pau Gasol. 38, he got Amari Stoudemire. 37, he got Manu Ginobli. 36, Luka Doncic. 35, Andre Iguodala. 34, James Harden. 33, Kyrie Irving. 32, Ben Wallace. 31, Vince Carter. Let me know in the comments whose list y'all like better. Whose
Stunner,
list y'all
hey
like
man,
better. Who y'all
this
got a
gonna break
problem
it. This gonna break it
with?
down real good for Amari Stoudemire versus LA. Amari Stoudemire been to the playoffs more times than him. He got a better playoff record than him. He's been on. Lamarcus Aldridge has 0 All NBA first teams. Amari Stoudemire has 1. Amari Stoudemire has 4 All NBA second teams. Lamarcus Aldridge has 2. So those things he was boasting about, he was always looked at as the third best power forward. He was never viewed more times as the first or second best power forward at any point in his career over what's called Amari.
Give me
Amari
LA, bro.
Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire has more Player of the Month. Amari Stoudemire has more what's
This nigga
called.
bringing up
He
Player
got
of
a
the Month.
Rookie of the Year. Lamarcus Aldridge does not.
This nigga bringing up, bro. This nigga, bro.
Bro,
I
Amari,
can't
bro.
believe you. This nigga, bro. Who done played more games? Who averaged more games per season? Look at that. Look at that. Look that up, sir.
What's
And
called
for you to
Lamarcus
say,
played 2 more seasons than he did.
okay, give me LA. Chris Bosh, give me Chris Bosh over Amari Stoudemire too, man. Y'all bullshitting, man. Amari played with a 2-time MVP. Tell him again. Amari played with a 2-time MVP. Tell him again, man.
The same
Hey,
MVP that y'all talking about and boasting about, Amari Stoudemire contributed to more win shares on both of those
man.
MVPs. And
Come
Sean
on,
Marion did
bro.
too.
Say, man.
Sean Marion and Amari Stoudemire averaged more win shares than Steve
Say,
Nash in
bro.
both of
Say,
those years.
bro.
Do your
Don't bring up
research.
win shares. Don't bring up win shares. That's
Why not?
basketball. We talking basketball. That's basketball. We talking basketball.
Why not?
That boy bringing up
When
win shares. I don't know what that means, man.
Bro, when I said Kobe contributed to more win shares in that 01 playoffs, you was like, see, man, I told y'all he wasn't getting carried. But now that we talking about somebody and it's different than the player you going for, it don't matter.
I don't know what it is. Break down win to me. What does it mean?
Basically, you the man. Basically, out of everybody on the team, you had the most impact when it came to winning.
With the face you made. I won with just based on the face you made.
But basically,
it win shares me what?
Who had the most impact and who contributed the most to that to the wins? That's basically what it. That's
so you said Amari Stoudemire got more than that, and he ain't never won a championship. He got more win shares though. We care about win shares for dudes who ain't won a championship. I'm saying you're talking about win shares. So, but why are you bringing up win shares with a loser?
Like, because you try to bring up y'all tried to bring up what's called saying he played with a 2-time MVP, and I said that same MVP y'all trying to big up now.
But you bringing up win shares when they didn't win nothing. So why you bringing up win shares? They both lost.
So why you bring up an MVP?
They lost together.
Why you bring up MVP?
What are you talking about? I didn't bring that up. That was a comment we got.
You read it off though.
I read all the Bosh over Amari. Bring that back. Bosh over Amari.
Yeah, you can have that. I ain't taking them.
But you didn't have any problem with my let me see. Do I got a problem? Andre Iguodala. Well, how the hell is Andre Iguodala up on this list, man? As a role, like I don't know, bro.
So we forgetting what Iggy was when he got the nickname Iggy. Cause we called him AI, and we was like, we can't call you AI, man. We already had an AI, and he played for the same team as you. Like, come on, man, we can't do this. So we started calling him Iggy. We knew what Iggy was when he played for the 76ers. He was a hell of a two-way.
I like Iggy, bro, but
it's easy to try to pick at Iggy because he was never a dominant scorer. He was mainly defense.
He only got 2 all defense teams. He only got 2 all defense teams. He a 4-time. He is a 1-time All-Star. He got that bullshit Finals MVP, 2 all defenses and 4 championships. 2 of them he was sitting on his ass. Come on, bro. Like,
I'm glad you brought that up.
He 11.5 rebound guy, man. Like, come on, man. For his career.
I'm glad you brought that up. Shane Battier looked at as one of the best defenders of our time. 2-time all on defense team. So what that means?
Man, Tell him again. Read that off, Ray. Come on, man. Amari's skill set wasn't as good as Bosh and Aldridge. Come on, man.
That's telling them. Because why was he dominating like he was on offense then if his skill set wasn't
Because
that
he
good?
had Steve Nash. He did his thing in New York, but that shit only lasted for a little while, man. He wasn't.
He started
That shit
getting
wasn't
injured
contributing to
again.
winning. That shit wasn't
The fact that
contributing
he
to
can,
winning,
bro,
bro. That
when
shit
you
was a
think
bottom
about
feeder ass team.
when you think about the knee injury he had early on in his career and how he bounced back from that, most bigs you see how those type of knee injuries never bounce back. Like that's what y'all failing to realize. Y'all talking about he ain't had no good skill set, bro. He came back from an injury that was supposed to limit his athleticism.
7
So that's when
seconds. 7 second offense. That's what he's saying. Keep going, my bad. He's saying the 7 second offense is why Amari put up them numbers. That was the D'Antoni
I
offense.
thought more of the guards and the forwards contributed to that than the bigs. Ain't that something? So he could run the floor and he had a half court game. Thank you for hey man, you added to my argument. Thank you for adding it. I wasn't gonna bring up that. That means he could run the floor. Man. He could score.
We gonna put up a
score in
poll.
transition. He could score in transition. He wasn't a bad free throw shooter. He had a nice mid range game. Like, bro, y'all forgetting, man. I think y'all just purposely forgetting at this point what Stoudemire was. Y'all try to big up these other guys and try to forget what the other guys did.
I'm not forgetting, bro. We not finna act like so him playing with the best point guard of that era was not helping him, man.
So y'all saying that Amari Stoudemire was never on a level?
I'm not saying that. Saying? We saying he's not better.
In their peaks, he's not better. In their peaks, who was doing what? And Chris Bosh peak, he wasn't doing nothing. LaMarcus Aldridge peak, he wasn't doing nothing.
It's a difference between Chris Bosh had Jose Calderon, man. Amari Stoudemire had Steve Nash. Let me know in the comments, man. Let me know in the comments. Is this dude tripping, man? This dude got Amari Stoudemire over Chris Bosh and LaMarcus Aldridge on the Power 4 rankings. We need, man, man, give me LaMarcus Aldridge. Give me Chris Bosh over Amari Stoudemire. No offense. I love Amari, but he was force-fed the ball by Steve Nash. He's playing a high-paced offense. Like, he was getting spoon-fed a lot of his points. LaMarcus Aldridge was in the mid-post getting busy, man. Turn around, fade away. Midi game, going crazy. Chris Bosh, one of the most versatile power forwards we've ever seen, contributed to championships.
Lucky we didn't get a chance to see more Amari versus Chris Bosh. I know that boy would abuse that boy.
Derek Bunton says Amari was better than both. Hey, let me know how.
I hate that when people do that. Oh, when he had an MVP point guard. Amari Stoudemire was like that regardless. I don't care what y'all say. I don't care how much I try to forget. He was that guy.
But we are doing a list of the greatest we've seen. I can't, with a clear conscience, say Amari Stoudemire was better than what I've seen from LaMarcus Aldridge. So LaMarcus Aldridge was trash. Like
he one of the best mid range. He one of the best mid range I've ever seen. That's where it stops for LaMarcus Aldridge. He's not one of the best power forwards I've ever seen. He's one of the best mid range shooters. Yes, I will give him that. But when I look at what's called Amari Stoudemire, he's one of the best power forwards I've seen ever. Period. In my time watching basketball,
that Raptor team was trash. Thank you, Jose Calderon versus Steve Nash, man. Thank you, Andre Bargnani versus Sean Marion.
But why y'all trying to big up Chris Bosh like he was a franchise changing player? Then why y'all doing that? And then try to turn around and say his team was trash.
Bro, the Raptors was terrible. He got there, they made the playoffs. He was 24
with LeBron's team terrible.
Oh my god,
Cavaliers terrible.
Dear Button. He also did the same with the Knicks. I mean, Amari had a little flash with the Knicks, but how many games did he play for the Knicks, man? Because that Knicks could be overrated.
DJ, be 100% honest. Was Cleveland trash if you take LeBron off that team?
Bro, what are you talking about? Yes. What? So what?
If you put LeBron on that Toronto Raptors team, do he make a huge difference?
Man.
And take Chris Bosh off of it. You put Chris Bosh on the Cleveland Cavaliers, y'all gonna use the same excuse. They trash, bro.
That's two different types of players, man. LeBron is a ball dominant guy. Chris Bosh still is a post. He gotta get fed. That's a bad example, bro. That's a bad example, man.
Tim Duncan.
So
we forget what Tim Duncan did.
So we gonna sit here and act like Chris Bosh. He wasn't 22 and 11, 23 and 11 basically when he was in Toronto. 22 and 23 and 11. Come on, man, hell nah. It ain't just no blowing him out the water, bro. You could argue Chris Bosh was just as good as a number one as Amari Stoudemire, and then you could argue Chris Bosh is one of the greatest third options on a championship team we've ever seen. He's more versatile than Amari. He's a better defender.
No, he wasn't.
He's better rim protector.
Klay Thompson, the greatest third option we've seen on his championship team.
I said one of. But what's Amari? Come on, man. Give me Chris.
You can argue KG was a better third option.
Bosh almost had a good second half of his career after LeBron left Miami. His team got held back because his lung condition. And that too, you forgot Chris Bosh was emerging when LeBron ass left. They were going to be back in the playoffs.
First year was doo-doo.
Bosh and LeBron are not on the same. They are not. Go look up Amari stats. We did. Dude was I just looked up Amari stats. He was 25 when his first year in New York, and after that, he was 17, 16, 14, 11, 10. Come on, man. Literally.
We talking about they peaks. If you want to talk about full careers, yeah, they careers it mellowed out better than his. He never could shake the injuries. I will give you that. But far as when you talk about they prime peak years, Amari Stoudemire averaged 30 on Duncan, man. We forgetting that in the playoffs.
I mean, that's cool. Now, I ain't knocking Amari, bro, but it's just like that shit was short-lived, bro. That shit was short-lived.
This dude, Chris Bosh, was averaging the same numbers as the old Duncan in the playoffs. Y'all talk, man, get me out of here, man. If I just, man,
Amari
ain't no way you think
enough games. This dude played, bro, in his, how many years this nigga played? Amari he played 14 years. Out of 14 years, right? Listen to this. He played over 70 games 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And so 14-year career, man. Like, I'm not elevate this dude because he showed us flashes. He is a what-if player, man. That dude is a what-if player. Just because he had showed us flashes of brilliance, I don't mean I'm going to call him brilliant. So, give me Chris Bosh, give me LaMarcus Aldridge. That's all I'm saying. And the fact that you got Luka so low, the fact that you got Vince Carter over Luka is absolutely ridiculous. Luka stop playing right now. He better than Vince Carter. So what? So what? Period. As a player,
how you gonna be better than Vince Carter right now? Vince Carter is like a top 25 scorer of all time.
Whoop-de-damn do, and people still go say, "Man, Luka."
What does Luka have over there?
Luka's way better.
What does Luka
being a better basketball player?
You know, so he got a conference finals appearance that he got embarrassed in.
What is Vince Carter got? What was Vince Carter got? Vince Carter ain't got that damn for.
I just told you. He a top 25 scorer. You can't take that away. You can take.
Okay.
I ain't never heard anybody say,
on the conference finals team.
When have you ever seen somebody brag about getting to the conference finals? Not winning it, but just getting there.
He never got, bro. Vince Carter never got the second round, bro. You got him as your 30.
But he has other accolades you can bring to the table.
Really what can you bring? You got
what argument can you bring? What legit argument can you actually place down? Physical evidence you can show that says Luka is better than Vince Carter.
Let me know in the comments. Look at Ray's greatest players he's seen listed. He got Vince Carter as 31. And look at all the players he got behind Vince Carter, y'all. Come on, let us know in the comments how y'all feel about him having Vince Carter so damn high.
Vince Carter is the only
All-NBA first teams.
Okay.
In his first 5 years. Come on, man. Hit him with it. Hit him with it, man. Hit him with it, man. We arguing our greatest players we've ever seen with our own eyes. Come on, man. Don't do it like that. We arguing.
That boy said that more like a preschooler.
Greatest players he's seen, man. I don't like Vince Carter, bro. Especially not.
I can tell.
Especially not that damn high, bro. Do you even got Clay on your list?
Yeah, he on the next episode.
And you said you're the one that said Vince Carter's better than Klay Thompson. But you got Klay Thompson higher. Bro, you are fake, boy. Bro, ask that man again, Javon. Why is Iggy so high? Ask that nigga why is Iggy so high, man. Look, yeah, we're going back to his notes.
Bruh.
Say, man, you got Iggy over Luka Doncic, Manu Ginobili, Amari. Y'all, come on, man. Cook this dude in the comments, man. My boy Ray went wild tonight, man. I ain't gonna
Bruh.
stand. You know, I like Ben Wallace. I'm mad I didn't put Ben Wallace on my list at all. I forgot I had a brain for it with the early 2000 Pistons,
He got
but
the craziest defensive peak of all time.
now I like Ben Wallace. I love Ben Wallace. I'm sad
When
I
I
don't
found
got
out
Ben Wallace.
about that 100 blocks for plus in the 1,000 rebounds, I was like, what? And he almost did it 6 times in a row, but he did it 4. That's still a record.
Bro, are y'all talking careers or just better than prom?
We talking about
I
everything in the
mean,
count.
everything is considered. If you, it depends on just how you weigh it, dear. If you feel like this dude's prime was so much better than the next dude's whole career, you could put him over them. But I take everything into consideration. Like, even if a nigga, like, I got Chris Bosh 31 because he was one of the greatest third options and he was on the multi-finals team, multiple champions. But we also seen him as a number one option, giving you 24 and 10, going to the playoffs, being the best player on that team. And then we seen him in multiple roles. So I'm giving him extra credit for being in different roles and exceeding, like, you know what I'm saying, having an exceptional level of play.
We
Like,
saying
so
Iguodala
I take everything
in multiple roles.
but Iguodala is you could say Iggy over Luka is insane. It wasn't like Iggy was Scottie Pippen.
I
Oh,
didn't say
right.
if he was Scottie Pippen, I would have had him top 15. Bro,
But
y'all acting like Luka
Iggy
ain't
over
got.
Luka is
Luka
insane.
is the same player we seen his second year in the league. What has he got
And
better than
that's
that?
better than anything that bro. That's better
Bro,
than
y'all,
Iguodala and
you
Vince
going
Carter
based
put
off
together.
somebody who usage rate is probably the highest we ever seen for the first 5 seasons in the league. His usage rate probably higher than LeBron's in his first
Say,
5 seasons.
man, let us know in the comments. This is my
You talk,
favorite episode we
bro.
do.
The same way how
Whose list
prime
40 to
James
31
Harden
is better?
was, y'all comparing like, bro, y'all get so fascinated with, man, Luka is averaging almost a triple double. That's all he doing.
Say
How do you
we
say
just seen
somebody's
him
better
get
just
to
because
a
they
conference finals. We just seen him. If you put, we've never seen Vince Carter ever look like he was going to the finals. Ever look like he was gonna be in a championship. Outside that Nets team where that shit was so bad, we never
No,
expected nothing
see,
Vince Carter again.
that's where you wrong. When AI went to the finals that year, the Raptors and what's called him and AI had a showdown in the Eastern Conference Finals. No, was the round before the Eastern Conference Finals? Who did he battle in the Eastern Conference Finals? Was it Ray Allen or was it Vince Carter?
Ray Allen in the Eastern Conference Finals.
Okay, so it was the round before. And really, they say Raptors got cheated, but that's a whole nother argument. But what's it called? Vince Carter for sure was showing out in that round.
Whoa! Tell that nigga again, Chris. Based on your previous list, Ray, Iggy shouldn't even be on your list.
Why not?
Oh man, y'all cook this dude in the comments, man.
Why shouldn't he?
Nah, bro, you're wrong. Luka is just great, so his potential won't look like he's getting that much better, but he's definitely getting better. See, Ray, everybody against you now. Derek was on your side with the Amari shit, but come on, Ray, you just gotta keep it 100. You just gotta keep it 100.
Tell me how Luka elevates his teammates. Y'all talking about just from an individual standpoint. I'm talking about from a winning standpoint. He ain't, bro. It's so much he can get better.
Stop it. We comparing him to Vince Carter. How the hell did Vince Carter make his teammates?
I was responding back to when he said, "Why is Iggy above Luka?" That's what I was responding to.
Oh, okay, my bad. Go ahead.
Y'all acting like, bro. If y'all think that this current Luka, he can stay the same way he is now and be the number one guy and lead a team to the championship, y'all are fooled. Most of y'all saying that because y'all probably Mavericks fans. So y'all in the twilight zone right now. Y'all brainwashed. Y'all think, oh man, this is the final. He in the final stage, bro. It's so much more that Luka can do to get better.
I said that. I've been killing Luka since he didn't make the play in, man. But he's way better than Vince Carter. He's way better than Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala is one of the greatest role players we've seen. But for him to be on a list like this over some of the dudes you had, like Chris said, he's not even better than some of you had on your 50 to 41, bro.
Bro, you got, bro. Do you want him to let Dinwiddie cook, Reggie Buck should cook? All I'm saying is Kobe had Shannon Brown, Sasha Vujacic, and Jordan Formar. He found a way for them to fulfill their roles. You gotta know your teammates. You gotta know their personnel.
Chris said he would put Rip Hamilton over Iggy. Derek Butt said Luka is LeBron. He just needs shooters around him. Once he get the proper team, he will win.
LeBron already had got to a finals with a way worse team than Luka ever played
Man,
for.
he got to
So,
a one
no, he
round
not.
further. He went to one round
And
further than
Luka,
LeBron. Look who we compare. Hold on, hell no. Look who we compare Luka to, and look who. Come on, man. Vince Carter, Andre Iguodala, man. Even right now, Luka is way better than them. If Luka, bro, man, say me, Luka could retire today.
This is why it's hard to argue a Vince Carter versus the player that's currently playing. Because if I say something right now, you're gonna think I'm crazy. But at one point, if you remember correctly, DJ, I know you older than I am, so I know you got your memory kind of shot. But if you remember correctly, Vince Carter was giving people problems. He was giving the Kobe Bryant's problems. He was giving the T-Mac problems. He was giving the AI problems. He was giving the Ray Allen problems.
Facts.
It's hard to argue that. It's hard to argue that now because when you look at his finished career, you like, well, he don't got no playoff success, so you discount all that other stuff. But Vince Carter was a problem to anybody he matched up against on any night. But we don't take all those things into account because it's not currently happening. We look at his finished career and be like, he didn't do this, so he's not better than so and so.
You do that for everybody, bro. You just was talking shit about Jokic this year because he ain't won no championship, and we knew his team was hurt, and you was like, but he ain't got it done. He can't get out the first round. He can't do this. But when it comes to Vince Carter, you say nothing when the man ain't made it out the second round.
Who was we arguing when I was talking about Jokic though? You was probably comparing him to somebody who already got the job finished before.
Same could be said for Luka. I will always say this: evolution. I agree with evolution, but there's nothing. I don't see why Luka is under Vince Carter even right now. That's my main thing. Luka is a problem for everyone every night. But I just Andre Iguodala and Vince Carter really killed Joe List for me.
Like personally. I said, man, y'all gonna respect Vince Carter being one of the best scorers we ever seen in NBA history. Whether you want to believe it or not, his name is in the record books. His name is in the books. Whether you want to accept it or not. Luka
see, this is why I disagree with you, Derek. Most of these new players will be better than back then. Nah, hell, nah. Some of them will be, but nah, yeah.
Somebody laced your on your pack with something that ain't legal. But no, I don't know what you on, man.
You tripping on Derek. Derek was on your side. He was talking about Vince was cold. He was defending Amari. Damn shit, hey.
Bro. Since we done started this list, I've been going at it with everybody. So I can tell. Iggy doesn't have that final with his game.
Iggy doesn't
still has the ring, but no MVP. I mean, he's still a versatile player.
This was fake. Ray was being fake. Ray added Iggy. He couldn't think of no names. And we just put Iggy on there. You had to. Iggy, that's nasty.
Man, y'all can say what y'all want.
No, but see, we need to do a separate list. We need to do a role player list, but come on, man.
So everybody on your list is just bona fide superstars. So Klay Thompson's not a superstar in my book. Barely an all-star.
Yeah, Derek, I judge players based on the era in which they play. It's just be fun to compare the all-time greats across the eras, but if you compare like Elton Brand, like we were talking about earlier, to who from now, like a Al Horford, it's like who Elton Brand.
Elton Brand cooking that boy.
But I'm just saying, it deserves respect. But there's a bunch of Vince Carters in high school. Okay.
Let me know when they make it and they become a top 30 scorer all time in the league.
Say,
not
man,
in high school, but in the league.
Say, Derek.
Vince Carter. Hey, People forget what Vince Carter was in high school. Vince Carter
July
already looked NBA ready in high school.
July 7th, that's when the Peach Jam Finals is on ESPNU. We will have coverage of that on Quiet Hype Media. I'm letting y'all know now. July 7th, Peach Jam. That's the high school tournament on ESPNU. We will be covering that. Just letting you know, dear, if you went to high school.
Why you got
Cameron
Gilbert
Moser.
Arenas ahead of Embiid?
Come on now. Gilbert Arenas just was better, bro. If you had, if this just based off who I would rather have, man. I don't give a damn. That fake ass MVP, I don't give a damn. They been to the same place in the playoffs, man. Give me Gilbert Arenas. That 3-year stretch of Gilbert Arenas when he was in, come on, man. Kobe was in the league, man. Allen Iverson then was in the league, bro. Gilbert Arenas was a dog for. I don't give a damn. It wasn't
Who
for
else was in the
very
league?
long. What? Now T Mac was kind of shot at that time, wasn't he? T Mac was with Houston still doing his thing, right?
Yeah, when Gilbert first started his little stretch, his little run for his peak. Yeah, MVP is not
MVP
fake.
not
Sorry.
fake. Tired of that, bro. Man, bro, if he wouldn't have been crying for the last 2 or 3 years, bro, he wouldn't have won the MVP over Jokic. And Jokic kind of stopped trying the last 2 weeks of the season, man. Come on,
But there was
man.
a point where we thought the NBA wasn't gonna win it when he sat out against the Nuggets that
Yeah, and
game.
then he ducked Jokic the second time. He thought, ooh, I got on the first time.
He was like, dang, he
And
messed up
did
his
for himself.
MVP chances. And then
Yes.
Jokic started sitting.
Yeah, we not gonna
And
act
he
like
was
that
like,
dude.
oh, well, he might have
Come
a
on.
chance again.
Yeah, bro. Come on. He messed up his shot. Like he low-key couldn't have got it last. Man,
If he played more games, dude
that
can't
dude
play
was a
enough
buster,
games.
bro. Embiid's a buster. He's just a cold buster. Oh. Like he not
I mean, you can
the
be in the conversation.
conversation.
It's
You know
one
how many
thing to
niggas been
be
in
in the
conversations?
conversation. It's one thing to be in the conversation, another thing to be the head of the table.
Say, man, we finna go for how long you want to go, Ray? We want to start letting people up and talking some shit about these lists.
Yeah, it don't matter.
I'm finna drop the link in the comment section, man. If y'all want to come up, you know what I'm saying? Jabari, Derek, Chris, just letting you know, man. Link in the comments, Derek. You know what I'm saying? You want to come up? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Anybody want to come up? Let's cook. Let's talk some basketball. Let's talk the list. Cause we pretty much done. But you know what I'm saying? I want Ray to defend himself. Mano y mano. Everybody talking crazy. Right, come on, man. I ain't gonna say, bro. Vince Carter and Iggy is crazy, bro. I
Bro,
dropped
you
the
just
link.
don't like Vince Carter, man. That's crazy. I don't understand why.
It's not that you just put him in conversations he shouldn't be in. Some people is just era of that era, man. We don't talk about Michael Redd like that.
Okay, now you disrespecting Vince Carter now.
I didn't mean it like that. I
Vince
know
Carter
Vince
is a Hall of Famer, man. Don't ever put him against a one-time All-Star, man. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, man. Chris, let him know something, man.
Bro. Hey, I had to come on here. I like Vince Carter, bro. But Vince over Luka? Bro, Vince over Luka?
Come on
y'all, man. Any other time when somebody who recognizes just one of the all-time great scorers of our sport, they get all the praise in the world. But when it comes to Vince Carter, for some odd reason, he don't get that same love. I don't understand it.
He ain't do nothing.
Yo.
So you telling me every talented scorer that came through this league has done something more than he has? That's what you're telling me.
Embiid is a bigger James Harden. That's hilarious. You said what?
Transforming that.
You said what happened? Say it again, right?
I don't understand the disrespect that Vince Carter gets. He's the only.
It's not disrespect.
Man, that's crazy, man.
I mean, it's not disrespect. It's just how it is. Like, Vince Carter's a very nice guy. He had a very extended career, longevity and everything. But if you really trying to sit up here and say he was a better player than Luka, like, honestly, you don't even have Tracy McGrady over him. Some of that is just like, I'm trying to understand how this list works. Like, you talk about all-time scorers, you talk about all-time players and everything. But Vince Carter is higher than a lot of people on this list.
Oh no, we ain't got to our. This is just 31 through 40.
Okay, my bad.
There's a lot of players we ain't covered. Like, see, I think that's what they confused on. I think they thinking like this is like a top 10 list. No, first of all, none of these players would be on my top 10 list.
Even still, bro. Even still, the players you got, like, I'm okay.
Yes, just on this list alone.
Like, on this list right here, James Harden, Luka, Kyrie. Like DJ was saying earlier, Vince Carter is probably the second or third best player on this list, on your list right here, right now.
Worst. Yes.
Second worst. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like, come on, bro. I'm not. Let's go through it. I'm not taking Vince Carter over Embiid. I ain't taking him over. I'm not even taking him over Pau Gasol, Mari, Luka. I ain't taking him over Harden, Kyrie, or Ben Wallace in terms of greatest players, greatest careers. I'm not doing.
Once again, you're the only reason I'm gonna start with Pau Gasol.
I'll take him over Edie.
That's the easiest one to kill. The only reason why you're saying that with Pau Gasol is because the Lakers revamped his career. You take anything outside. You take anything outside of what
you
Kobe
take Pau Gasol. You take Pau Gasol away from Kobe, and Kobe is still mad. Kobe is still over there pissed off. Kobe fucking around league.
Was the Lakers not number one in the West that year before he got there? Oh, you forgot about that, huh?
Yeah, you bring it.
Okay, you forgot about that.
Y'all love to bring up unfinished seasons.
But they didn't win as a number one seed.
Yeah, come on, man. LeBron, what they say, Chris? LeBron, y'all forget LeBron and the Lakers was winning before.
Got hurt that year. Bonham got hurt that year, and Trevor Ariza got hurt in the playoffs.
So why not just run
two
it
of our
back?
starters? And
why not just run it back? You didn't need Pau.
Bonham got hurt in the regular season. That's why they ended up making the trade for Pau Gasol, because they didn't have enough bigs. They was like, man, we don't got enough bigs on the roster. We need to get somebody over here because everybody else just really back up.
Yo.
Who that be?
What's up with it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, my bad, y'all, man. What's going on, man?
What up, man?
Hold on. I'm about to turn my camera up. I'm going to talk on here.
All right, that's a bit. Talk about how crazy this man list was, man. That boy got Vince Carter. Man, come on, man.
Bro, James Harden, MVP, multiple time scoring champion, all these incredible scoring records. You talk about Vince Carter as a scorer. Like, what is going on?
We need
so James Harden should be able to pass him up there.
He will. What like just because he top 30 on the scoring list, that's your argument? Because he played
he wrong.
Years being a spot up 3-point shooter.
That boy Ray know, bro. Boy, Ray know. He know.
Come on, Ray. I'm not. I like your list. I like your knowledge, but Vince Carter a little high, man.
That boy James Harden really only had 3 years where you can really just say, man, he was going crazy. Out of a full career, all you can say is 3 years. That's not.
Vince Carter ain't better than Paul George or Jimmy Butler, man. So
Pandemic P. Then we get that dude a nickname for stinking up in the playoffs, and you talking about like how you gonna clown Vince Carter? And you talking about a guy that sucks.
He'd have been in the conference finals. He'd have been in the conference finals as the guy. Stop it. Vince Carter ain't
praising losing. As you would say, we praising losing.
You got Vince Carter. Vince Carter's the biggest loser on your list.
But when I praise his, you start talking about the conference finals like he won it. He didn't even win.
Vince Carter ain't been out the second round, bro. And he got him 31. Okay, listen.
I've already conceded that I know his playoff success ain't there. I've already conceded to that.
So why is he so high? You still ain't explained that question.
Because nobody behind him on my list has more playoff success.
James Harden doesn't have more playoff success. Luka doesn't have more playoff success. Kyrie don't have more playoff success.
The only person
who don't have more playoff success. Luka, as a number one guy, took his team to a conference finals.
That he stunk up.
Yes.
Bro, I'm not finna hear that. Oh, now you move it to go. Now you gotta play good in the conference finals for it to count. You can't just go further than Vince Carter.
And James Harden blow a 3-1 lead.
Oh my god!
Did James Harden ever make it out the second round?
I'm saying, bro. Didn't Vince Carter play with some extreme talent and did nothing with it? Dang, imagine if
Bro,
Luka and
y'all gonna live off James Harden getting to one conference finals as the reason why y'all put him.
What are you living off of with Vince Carter, right? What are you living off of? That's what I'm asking you. I'm saying, what the hell is so great about Vince Carter?
One of the most talented players we've ever seen. One of the most talented scorers we've ever seen.
Bro, you can say the same thing for Luka and James Harden. I don't get that.
They ain't had a full career yet, so we can't really say that.
James Harden has about had a full career. He in the twilights of his career.
That boy shot 40% in 06.
We can see you talk. We can see you what you type, but we can't hear you.
He shot 40% with the Nets in the playoffs, man.
Don't go look up what James Harden shot. It gets ugly.
Bro,
just because.
Come on, man.
Hold on a second. So it don't matter. So
42% and 31%, and he's a bigger loser.
Hold on a second. So let me get this straight, DJ. As long as you win, it don't matter what you shoot, because we gonna act like James Harden wasn't shooting terrible numbers in the playoffs, even though he was making it further. So which one is it?
James Harden, he was playing bad. He was playing bad,
and they were still winning, right? Though.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But this is my thing though.
So
he's better. He's still better. He's still better. He's still better. He's a better regular season player.
He's better in moments that don't matter.
So you're only ranking the playoff success, and everything else has nothing to do with it. No scoring champs that you like to.
What are you basing Vince Carter?
No, but just because of his playoff success.
Name me another all-time great scorer that had 0 on scoring champs. If y'all can find that player, I'll take Vince Carter off my list completely.
Name another all-time great scoring player that doesn't have a scoring champ.
Yeah. He doesn't have one, and he's still recognized as one of the greatest scorers we've ever seen.
I don't know, man.
That's crazy.
Hey, Derek, man, bring
all them scoring champs. All them scoring champs. That's cool.
Okay.
That look good.
Bradley,
what's the most Vince Carter ever averaged?
Luka.
I think he averaged like 26.
Booker.
I think at one point.
Okay, what's the most Luka ever averaged?
30 plus.
Well, no,
he don't got a scoring title either.
The most he averaged.
Look, this is what I feel like. This is what you're missing, bro. Like I said, Vince Carter to me is in my personal 5 because I just like the way he played. All right, so this is not even a hate from Vince Carter, but when you compare him to other talent, when you keep saying scoring, you have to realize everybody can score. So the way Vince Carter scored, what made him exciting. I can say he's an evolution player from the way he scored and dunked the ball, but when it comes to pure scoring, there's everybody else, literally everybody on your list other than probably Iguodala and Ben Wallace, it might be better scores. Literally. Like Paul Gasol.
Not Ginobili.
But listen,
hold on. You talked about points per game. Name me a season where Paul Gasol averaged over 20 points per game for more than one season.
I can name you 2 seasons. Hold on, let me go to his stats.
Because once he got with the Lakers, he wasn't averaging 20 no more. He only had one 20-point game when he was with Memphis. 20-point season, I mean.
Kyrie's an amazing scorer, and he don't got a scoring title either.
Is he gonna be at the end of his career? Is he gonna be anywhere in the top 30? I don't think so, because he don't play enough games. So I don't think he's gonna be anywhere near that top 30 list. I don't think you understand how hard it is to get in that top 30 scoring list of all time.
Hey, did somebody look at the stats? Because I'm on my phone. Of Paul Gasol.
Oh yeah, he got 2 seasons of 20 back-to-back years.
How much he averaged in a career?
17.
So 17 and how many rebounds? Like 10 rebounds, something like that?
Close to 10, 9.2.
Okay, so 17 and 9.2. And that's in a career, so that means he's consistently a 17 and almost 10 guy. And in his entire career, even when the years he was bad. So I'm just saying to you that everybody can score. I just think 25, 26. And respect, and I try to tell people this all the time. Respect to the legends of who they were. Yeah, I even put Kobe in this thing, right? So, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Respect Kobe. Even Kobe best playoffs career, average wise, would never be better than LeBron's playoff careers. It's like it's always when I say evolution, people will always just be better because they learn from people in the past.
So
It's
why
not
ain't
a
nobody
knock on
got?
them.
So why ain't nobody better than Mike when it comes to
LeBron
scoring in
is.
the
I
playoffs?
literally just said it. LeBron is.
Whoa,
Mike
no,
Mike
no,
Mike has
no.
the highest points per game.
Hold on,
So
look, hold on, look.
how is he better?
LeBron, hold on, listen. Mike has the highest points per game, right? But LeBron has the highest almost everything. So when you
But
talk about a
this
player,
my
hold on.
You
So
talk
you're
about
missing.
totals because if it's
nah.
totals, LeBron be playing way more
Listen.
games.
When y'all
As an
talking, when y'all
overall player, even Michael Jordan is better.
no, it's not. It's LeBron. Like when you talk about stat wise, I'm not gonna argue stat wise when it comes to
Stat
LeBron because
wise, LeBron
y'all
is
would never
like they
win when
say.
it comes to stats.
Stat wise, LeBron will always be probably considered the greatest.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'm not gonna argue the stat wise because I feel like that's cheating for LeBron because of longevity and that he always been dominant since he stepped in the league. So it's almost unfair for me to argue stats because he's gonna have better stats because he do more than Michael Jordan had to do. So I respect what Jordan had to do, which is score 30, 50, and 60, whatever the hell he had to score. But LeBron had to do everything, as in rebound, assist, control the pace of the game. He had to do and play defense from point guard to five. So what I'm saying is, and
We're
don't
gonna
say
stop that
Jordan did
myth,
that.
though. We're gonna
Don't
stop that
say
myth. Hold
Jordan
on.
did that
Yeah.
because that was
He did
Scottie
what
Pippen's job.
five was he? What
That
five was
was
he
Scottie
checking?
Pippen's job.
Tim Duncan.
D
Man, LeBron.
Rose,
Look, man.
hold on, D Rose and
I
Carlos
said
Boozer
what
from
fives.
Joel from Noah to D Rose. He played 1 through 5 in that Bull series. From D Rose to Noah, he played motherfucking point guard
Noah is
1
a
through 5, and he
defensive
also did it with the
player.
Celtics. Hold on, you still have to
Hey,
play
Noah was getting
defense.
MVP votes.
Like,
For his
like
defense.
you still have to play defense. So look, hold on.
Noah
So
was not no
literally,
offensive player, man.
LeBron was scared to guard KD, man. Let's keep it a
what
buck.
you mean?
LeBron was scared to get. He was scared
DJ
to
But
go
hold on,
get
don't
look,
want
KD.
to
look,
get
and
one.
look,
Don't
and
break it
that's
down.
crazy.
I swear to God,
LeBron
Shane
was
Betty ain't had to go get him,
LeBron
man.
was scared to check
Swear.
Now watch
Kobe when
this.
he was
Now
playing
hold
with
on.
Miami.
No, watch this. No,
LeBron
watch
is
this.
he's scary on defense,
Okay.
bro.
No, watch this.
LeBron was scared to check
Name,
Kobe when he was with
hold on.
Miami.
Okay, look, now watch this. Name any superstar because y'all know the game, right? So y'all watch the game and understand the game, right? So understand this also. Your best players never guard the best players. Only reason
We gonna
why
act like
because they
LeBron
Kobe didn't
hold
ushered
shut
on.
that
down the way.
in.
We
Hold
gonna act
on,
like
let me
Kobe
finish.
didn't
LeBron
shut down
ushered that
Wade.
in, though.
Hold on.
Okay,
Let me finish.
go ahead.
Let me finish. The best players usually never, and I'm talking about from elementary to literally college to the NBA. The best player never guards the best player because they have to do so much on offense. So it's usually there's a defensive player that strictly try to slow down the other superstar. That's common sense. Why would you want to have your best player? That's the reason why when people say two-way players, people like Kawhi Leonard get so high praise, Paul George gets so high praise because they have the ability to do both. At the end of the day, is once you are the best player, your job is to control the pace of the game and take over when it needs to be. Why you can't do that if you're playing against the other best player the entire game? Your leg's gonna die. It's literally the point of coaching. Without a coach, that's the reason we're coaching having to put somebody else on him. It's called game planning. It don't mean that he's scared. It's because the game plan is Shane Betty or KD so you can take off on offense. This is not high school no more. This is not elementary. We talking about people that making millions. Like, we talking about millions of dollars to get a best chance of winning.
Let me give you a
Because
reason why I got
whenever
Jordan
KD
over LeBron.
guard LeBron. KD has never guarded LeBron other
He
than
guarded
play.
LeBron the whole finals, man.
No.
He got cooked. LeBron was cooking his
Bro,
ass.
bro,
But he guarded LeBron the
bro.
whole final. He guarded
No,
LeBron the
Kate,
whole
look.
finals.
Talking about Cephalosha.
Cephalosha did sometimes, but no.
Yeah,
But
I'm about to
bro,
say, come on,
KD
we're
was
not doing this. The game plan was Cephalosha to guard him, then Ibaka guarded him, and then KD had no choice but to step up. The whole team guarded LeBron. That's the
I
only
just
way you
want to
can
answer.
guard LeBron.
I want you to answer this one question, Derek.
I got you.
How is LeBron better than Jordan if LeBron his first two finals, his very first two finals, he played like trash. Jordan never played trash in any finals. Jordan was a better defensive player. Like, how is he better? Jordan first 3 years is better than LeBron first 3 years.
Yeah, hold on, listen. Are you gonna let me fully answer this question before you cut me off?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. So now let's get to the nitty-gritty. You said finals. We're gonna start there. Finals, right? LeBron went to 9 finals, right? And you said the first 2 is trash, right? The first 2 is trash. He shouldn't even been there. Like, let's call it what it is. LeBron first couple of finals. Hold on, this is not even a disrespect.
No, that's not true.
Hold on. LeBron's team, right? When you talk about finals, I love when people compare this shit to Jordan. Jordan was getting swept. He couldn't even make the finals, right? So the years LeBron was making the finals, Jordan could never do it. So hold on, we talking about the same age and time. So let me finish. Jordan had time to regroup. He had time to learn, and he had time to get better. So when he did get to the finals, he never lost. And he had the better team. Look, Jordan have never went to a finals when when there was a better team than his. Every team he's supposed to win. LeBron has been to so many finals when there's been other teams that's better than him. LeBron just been better than everybody else that pushed the team to the finals. There's a lot of finals LeBron should never went to. A lot of finals.
There's only one.
There's only one. There's only one, maybe two finals that LeBron shouldn't have been in.
I'm about to explain all of them. The one where he had Mo Williams, they shouldn't have been in. I don't care what nobody say. Mo Williams, they're your second best player. You shouldn't have been in. LeBron was that good. That we're gonna sit here and say one.
He didn't make the finals. They didn't make it. He had Larry.
They did make the finals.
Yeah,
they did make the finals.
Mo Williams made the conference finals.
Mo Williams he came the next year.
That was they made the finals with Larry Hughes.
Yeah, Larry Hughes. There we go. My bad. Larry Hughes. They shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, I'll give you that one. But that's one.
Okay, hold on.
One maybe two. I'll give you.
Okay.
The next one is
when they played against the Raptors, and then who got hurt? Dang, I can't even think about it. Because LeBron when he played against the Raptors, I think everybody was hurt. I don't know if Kevin Love got hurt and Kyrie, but it was one of the two. And LeBron when he hit the bank shot.
That's the only one. That's the only other one I might give you about.
That's
okay, he
two.
had an excuse to maybe lose.
And everything. Hold on. Hold on. No, watch this.
DeMar DeRozan in the takeover.
You said what happened?
You was banking on DeMar DeRozan and Kyle Lowry to take over?
Nah, but they was the best team in the league that year.
Not in the playoffs.
Of course, because LeBron was in it. This is my point. And hold on, we're going to take, how many times they play the Warriors?
I think, didn't they play them 3 times?
They played like 3 or 4 times.
Hey, name. Okay, hold on. So
they played 4 times.
Okay, hold on. So I named 2 already, right? Now we're talking about strictly the Warriors. Name one team that would have ever beat that Warriors team with KD on it.
The 0-1 Lakers.
Houston almost did it. Houston almost beat them in the Western Conference Finals.
Listen,
Houston.
The Spurs almost beat them.
Warriors team. That Warriors team with KD, nobody was beating them.
It was beatable. But they
were beatable.
You talking about a team
they got that first.
Hold on. You're talking about a team, no matter what you're saying, you're talking about a team that came back from 3-1. They still came back 3-1.
LeBron come back from 3-1? You can't use it both ways. Yeah.
Because LeBron is so much better. You helping my point because LeBron is so much better.
You skipped over that Maverick series too. Like you glad.
Hold on.
LeBron is so much better.
Hold on.
9 chips.
Hold on. Listen. Now the Maverick series. This is one everybody love to talk about, and I'm so glad that y'all brought this up. So here I can say
there's no defending.
Hold on. Let me finish.
You have to say what we already heard before.
Now listen.
Want to fully
no. It's not.
Look.
So y'all missing the point. No, y'all missing the point. It's not even that. I'm not even about to say that either. It's called basketball.
Wait, what happened?
Explain. I want to hear this. Yeah, it's basketball, but it's no excuse.
Your mic cut out or.
You say, man. You say, I ain't gonna stud. This was finna ooh-wee. There wasn't no excuse for that one, bro.
He probably talking crazy right now with that mic off.
Oh, it wasn't no excuse for that one, man. LeBron then was over when, bro. I remember people wasn't even watching the finals. People didn't even watch game one. They're like, man, I ain't gonna watch it. We were doing
every analyst picked Miami. Every analyst picked Miami.
My bad.
Yeah, that first one, Derek. Yeah, that first one, bro. You can't. It's hard to defend. Go ahead.
No. Hold on. Look, I'm about to go left. This is about to go a whole different way because I know a lot of people like to bring the series up, bro.
Ariel, so I can talk about this goddamn list.
Hold on. I got you. So look, we talk about basketball. So many people disrespect the Mavericks as a team are delusional. So what I'm saying to you, the Mavericks team was amazing. Hold on, I'm gonna tell. Let me break it down. Hold on.
I'm listening.
Hold on, let me break it down. They swept Kobe. Niggas don't talk about this. They swept Kobe. Not just a game. They swept Kobe. Okay. Not only they swept Kobe, they whooped KD and Westbrook. Not even that. They beat Brandon Roy and them, and then they beat the Heat. Niggas disrespect the Mavericks so much that year when their team was solid for real. As an entire team, yes, LeBron and D Wade and Bosh was better players. But as such things,
let me just rebuttal that one thing. Let me rebuttal that Mavericks thing.
Go ahead.
You can say the same thing about this. The Heat did the same shit this year. The only thing is that the Mavericks won. That team wasn't all that, man. We just seen a Heat team that wasn't all that get to a final.
The Mavericks wasn't all, bro. Do you see how the
Mavericks were? The Mavericks were a solid team. They were a solid team. They were a team. They were a solid team. I'm not going to say they had more talent or wasn't even a better team than the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat had 3 future Hall of Famers on their team right then and there. The Mavericks had a bunch of washed up players. Don't give me Jason Kidd's the Hall of Famer. Don't give me Page as a Hall of Famer. Don't give me Tyson Chandler. Don't give me all that because the Mavericks had a washed team that was fighting for their last chance to win a championship. I'm not going to sit up here and say that the Mavericks weren't a good team.
Do you think
were definitely a way better team than them?
Do you think that Jordan and the Bulls lose to that Mavericks team at any point once they started winning on their championships?
Be honest with you, I would never put an old team to a new team because it's 2 different eras.
Man, it's Jordan was sweeping them dudes, man.
I'm gonna keep it 100.
Sweeping them teams.
I'm gonna keep it 100. But people don't like to say because they keep saying the Mavericks team as a whole was amazing. And what I mean by that is, bro, I'm about to explain to you because what the Mavericks had over everybody that year was they wasn't the best player. Right? They didn't have the best player, but they had the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th best player on the court.
No, they didn't.
Name. Hold on. I'm about to explain to you right now. Name 4, 5 to 8 a better player that was on another team that was on the court.
And you have a better 1 through 3. It's basketball. You gotta have a better 1 through 3, bro.
Hold on. Don't change my goalposts. Right?
Are you really to tell me that JJ Barea is better than half the team, half them dudes on the team right now?
Bro, did you hear what D-Wade said?
I know what D-Wade. I'm a Mavericks fan, man. I like JJ Barea, but you're not finna
He said that because he said that because LeBron had a choke job.
Because they lost.
Bro, listen. JJ, okay, so hold on.
So you lining up and picking players, you was never
do you think that
I think JJ Barea is the reason why they swept the Lakers. Now what? Do y'all want to talk about LeBron so bad? Let's talk about every other series before that. I think JJ Barea is the reason why they swept the Lakers.
Chips. Kobe just won 2 chips in 3 years, man.
Do you know how much JJ Barea got? Come on, you know how much JJ got paid after that year?
Fam, this was LeBron's time. LeBron didn't even make. Hold on. We let you talk.
Got paid 1 season. That don't mean
we let you talk. What's your excuse between
that means a lot.
LeBron losing to Dwight Howard? So why did he lose to Dwight Howard when they had commercials, the puppet commercials, and they were saying LeBron?
Are you disrespecting Dwight Howard? Are you disrespecting Dwight Howard?
Every team LeBron is going against, they just way better. So he had no excuse but to lose to them.
Hey,
hold on a second.
If the reason why LeBron,
if you was big,
I can't make this shit up.
If you was
hold on, so y'all saying
how you gonna hold that
was
against
bad?
Kobe losing to them too? Then
hold on. That's my whole point. What you're saying is you only talk about the Mavericks beating LeBron, but not when Kobe got swept, Now when KD came, when they came back from KD, when they was up 10 points every fourth quarter, y'all don't talk about no. Y'all give no other superstar like the Mavs.
LeBron ran out of Cleveland to get his first chip. This was supposed to be an easy one.
Back to LeBron.
And he played bad. He played
so what
bad.
happened?
His team lost. He had a better team.
Okay, watch this.
Just facts. There's no
defense. So what happened?
No other top 5 player of all time had a loss in the finals like that.
Kobe
played bad against that Mavs team.
He would have been in the finals.
Did he play bad against that Mavs team?
Come on, man.
Did Kobe play bad against that Mavs team? Did Kevin Durant,
he didn't win a game.
Did Kevin Durant play bad against that Mavs team? But all of a sudden, when it's LeBron's turn to play good against that Mavs team, like all the other superstars that came.
Hey, do y'all know what LeBron averaged that year?
I'm a Mavs fan. I love
that. I mean in the playoffs. That's what I'm talking about.
Man, what did he do in the finals that he lost to
That's
Dirk?
what I'm saying. Do you know what LeBron
fadeaway statue in Dallas off LeBron James, man.
Do you know what LeBron averaged in that finals?
There's no excuse for that finals, man.
It's not.
19 points, man.
Dirk got a whole street named after him down here because of that.
Nah, actually, because Dirk dominated
that was terrible. That was the worst performance out of any top 5 player.
Dirk dominated that entire playoff.
Do you remember what the street?
And how far down is Dirk from LeBron James in the all-time rankings, man?
Hey, that's kind of crazy. Hold on, that's kind of crazy. You know, I was thinking about y'all list. It's kind of crazy. I could have sworn somebody said Chris Bosh was the best defensive player. But what? How the fuck he couldn't stop Dirk then?
I could have sworn somebody said
that. Because Dirk is a top 15 player all time.
Dirk is better than Chris Bosh. What are you talking about? Dirk is better than Chris Bosh.
Dirk is a top 15 player all time.
Hold on.
Yeah.
But we talk
Dirk was the second best player on that court, we being honest.
Dirk was supposed to be the second best player on that.
LeBron was supposed to be the first.
Come on now. There's no excuse for that, man.
It's not. Hold on. I'm not. Look, y'all making it as an excuse. I will completely say I don't feel like Brown reached his full potential in their playoffs. I don't. But you can't take 1 year. Matter of fact, not even 1 year. Hold on.
What year was that for LeBron?
You can't take one series. Hold on, because this is what irritates me. You can't take one series from a player and say, "Oh, he did bad in that series with the finals," right? But then take away his whole career. But then you have niggas like Iguodala on the list. Then you have niggas like Kyrie Irving.
I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
If that's the case, James Harden didn't even be on the top. James Harden.
That's not our top 10. That's not our top 10. That's
forget top 10. If you want about what you're saying, if they folded in the playoffs, James Harden shouldn't even be on this list. James Harden folded in every playoffs. Everyone. Name 1 year James Harden don't fold. So we ain't gonna lie. James Harden should be on the list.
Look who you comparing LeBron to, man. Look who you comparing
Oh my God,
James
bro.
Harden, man. I'm being real real quick. Out of all the great players we done seen, Tim Duncan, Shaq's, we even seen Giannis and Jokic. This dude had a worse finals performance than all of them, man. Come on now. This was one of the worst finals performances we've seen out of a top 10, top 5 player, man. And
that's okay because hold on. You know what that calls?
He was terrible.
You know what they call? It's called sample size. When you go 9 times, I'm pretty sure you're okay to have one bad finals. When you go 9 times,
when you go 6 times, you try to have one bad finals too. But guess what? Jordan didn't have one bad finals
because he had the better team.
LeBron had the better team against that Mavericks team. I don't know what to tell you. LeBron had the better team. He had way more talent.
We're not defending. We understand.
I'm not
the Warriors.
defending that. Hold on, listen. I'm not defending that. Hold on, listen. What I'm saying to you, it's so crazy that this is how I know when I'm talking to a LeBron hater, right? And then just a fan of basketball. It's okay. I'm cool with it. LeBron, you know what? I'm gonna agree with y'all. LeBron failed in that playoffs. LeBron, look, watch this. LeBron failed in that Mavericks series. Now, please tell me, right? Another one that he should have won when he had the better team.
That's one more than the. Come on, that's one more than the great players in the top 5.
Name one time he should have won when he had the better team.
He shouldn't. If I'm being
They
honest,
could've
he
beat
should have
the
never
should've
lost
lost
the
to that
finals with
Spurs
the
team
Heat.
again.
He shouldn't have lost to that Spurs
They should have
team.
won. They should have three-peated.
Remember,
They
it was
should've
not
been
1, not
three-peated.
2, not 3,
Do y'all
not 4,
know how-
not 5, not 6.
Y'all-
You remember he said that
Look,
out his
y'all,
own mouth.
y'all hate LeBron. Look, y'all hate
Press
LeBron so
conference.
much. Y'all discrediting the other teams.
We're not discrediting the other teams, but
They
you can't
don't
get
hate LeBron. I hate LeBron. I hate
can't get
LeBron.
credit for
They don't
winning.
hate LeBron. It's
Do
just
y'all
facts.
know? Do y'all know? He just said. Do you know how cold that Spurs team was?
Do you know how good?
Lord.
Do you know how
Y'all
good them Utah
tripping.
Jazz teams were? Do you know how good them Suns teams were?
What Jazz team? What Jazz team?
On this first team that was in their
Oh
prime.
hell no! He just said, hold on.
Karl
What
Malone
Jazz
won
team
2
you speaking about?
MVPs.
Yeah,
He's
look,
the top
one
3
nigga.
scorer of all time,
One
man.
nigga.
I understand nobody like John
You
Stockton
talking
is
about
still an
one
all-time
nigga.
leader in assists. John Stockton is, bro. Go look at John
Okay,
Stockton.
hold on.
Go look at Karl
Okay,
Malone.
hold on.
resume.
Listen
Him
what
is
you just
two
said.
of
Hold
the
on.
top 30
I'm
players
not
of
trying
all
to be
time. We're not
disrespectful.
going to
Listen what you hold on. I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Listen what you just said. John Stockton is the #1 leader in assists. Karl Malone was the top scorer. Listen, Karl Malone was the top scorer. That means most of his assists went to Karl Malone. That's literally the same shit. That's the same shit. That means his assists went to Karl Malone. It's still the same 30 buckets.
Who your favorite point guard?
It's still the same 30.
Who your favorite
It's
point
not
guard?
like he got everybody assists when they was all scoring 15, 20 points a game. It was one nigga.
So John Stockton not
Come
top
on,
10
y'all
point guard.
tripping, bro.
Hey, hold on.
Michael Jordan has never faced any better talent in the finals than LeBron did.
Answer these questions.
LeBron,
is Karl Malone a top 10 power forward of all time? Yes or no?
I would just say yes, but I don't know on the top of my head.
Is
but yes.
John Stockton a top 10 point guard of all time? Yes or no?
I'll just say yes.
So if he's whooping their ass in the finals,
hold on, no, it's not just he.
That?
But did you not hear my point? If he's the top, hold on. If you're passing, matter of fact, you just gave Amari Stoudemire slack because Steve Nash was passing him the ball. It's literally the same shit. Don't discredit Amari Stoudemire, but then sit here and try to big up Karl Malone when John Stockton passing him the ball. It's the same.
Yeah, don't try to discredit Amari Stoudemire.
Karl Malone is a top 3 scorer ever, a 2-time MVP.
Okay, well then it's because of John Stockton. Then because it's John Stockton, the best assist person in the game. It's literally, you're literally saying, look, you're moving the goalpost. Don't sit here and say Lamari was only cold. How
you go? You lost to Dwight Howard and some role players in the conference finals. Then you backdoor that you lose to Dirk in the old school roster in the finals, and you was the worst player in your big three. How's he a goat, man?
But DJ, I will say this though, that Orlando team did beat the defending champs in the playoffs.
That's another thing LeBron couldn't do. So prime Dwight he ran. He ran and he lost immediately. He was the worst player out of that big three. That is a fact. How is he to go? You were the best player in the finals. What the hell? How you would go? What finals was Jordan not the best player? Undoubtedly. LeBron wasn't the best player in two straight finals. Okay. He wasn't the best player in the conference finals. He didn't even make it to the finals. And he ran and lost immediately.
I know. Watch this. So Jordan, how many times he only played 6 years? I'm just curious.
Love that. Y'all love that.
You only talk about one thing.
LeBron is still playing and still ain't got as many championships.
How many years has Jordan played? It's a simple question. How many years did Jordan play?
What does that mean? He's one more than your goat.
You're leaving.
Hold on. How many years did Jordan play?
He played 15, but he retired like 2 or 3 times.
Okay, so still 15, though, right? So we're missing 9 years. What the hell happened in them 9 years?
Okay. Let me. Okay.
You telling me he never had a bad? He never had a bad series. He
was still looking the best in those series, but the other teams was just outmatching him.
Yes.
They literally admitted. They said he's the best player on the court, but one guy can't beat 5. That's it.
Larry Bird called him Jesus.
You know what I love about y'all?
He said after they beat him when he scored 63 points, he said,
I agree. Hey, right. Look,
Michael Jordan.
Listen. You know what I love about this If y'all listen to yourself long enough, y'all give me every answer I need. So when I'm sitting here, what you just told me was that, hold on, what you just told me was Jordan was the best player on the court, but they just had the next couple of best players, and that's how they kept whooping him, right? It's the same from any team. Any real team will beat any best player any day. That is a fact. It's not an opinion. LeBron's
Okay.
gonna be.
So you,
I
That
dare
Miami
you.
ain't an excuse for the Miami.
no, that ain't an excuse for that
There's no
Miami
excuse
team.
for Miami, bro. And then
That
there's no
Miami
excuse
team
for
is
losing
not
to
on that
Dwight
same level as
Howard.
that Jordan team.
That Mavericks
He
team.
was
That Mavericks team
picked.
was better.
Do you
That
care about
Mavericks team is the
expectations?
same as them Boston Celtics
Hold on,
team.
y'all. Let me ask Derek this. Derek, do you care about expectation? Does that mean anything? Do you take that in
You said, hold on, say it
consideration?
again, my bad.
Do you care about expectations when a team is picked to go to the finals? Does that matter to you? Yes or no?
Hell no. Because any person that plays sports already knows.
They was picked.
Any real sports person that actually play the game understand is there's no such thing as expectation in the game. You go out there, bust your ass to the hardest, and hopefully we get there. Anybody
You got
knows
the
that.
best player, you got the best record, and you
It
go
don't
to
best
matter.
the
team.
finals.
They
So how does that not go?
expect them to win?
LeBron fans don't put nothing against his resume. That's what I'm saying. You act like he ain't got no blemishes on his resume. He has more blemishes than Jordan.
How do you judge basketball?
Hold on, my bad, y'all. It keep messing up.
Yeah, answer that.
Go ahead, say it again. My bad.
How do you critique basketball players, in a sense of how you rank them, and if like they shortcomings, how do you judge those things?
So this is how I look at it, because I'm a fan of players more than an actual team. So I just look at players and their skill set. See, when I look at players, there's players that's on the team, right? Because when y'all talk about LeBron, of course he's easy to talk about because he's been the face of the league for the last 20 years. So it's easy just to talk about LeBron. But there's a lot of amazing players that don't go nowhere. Like Dame Lillard. Dame Dollar is an amazing player. He don't go past the first round for shit. And the second round, he definitely going home. But he might still be one of the best players on the court. So I say this as a team-wise, you can look at a team and say, they just fit perfectly together. It's not about talent no more. Like when you look at a team like the Nuggets, I say the Nuggets right now, AD and LeBron was still the best players on the court, even.
That's not true.
I'm glad that cut off.
That's not
I'm
true.
sorry. I'm glad that
way,
cut off because
Jokic was way better than him.
Jamal Murray was giving them the blues.
But I'm saying Jokic was still better than AD and LeBron.
My bad. Hello?
Yeah, Jokic was better than AD and LeBron now. Oh,
Murray was better than them.
Yeah, but we gotta wrap this. This month about 2 hours 7 minutes, y'all. That was fun. We finna wrap, so we got about 10 minutes and we go wrap it. You got anything else?
My bad. Yeah, my bad. I was moving outside. Y'all got it.
Oh yeah. Oh, go ahead. What?
Yeah, my bad. I just feel like when they talk about shortcomings, for me, the way I look at it is this. I just feel like when they put in the best position and they fail, that's one thing. I'm not discrediting that LeBron series with the Mavs. I believe as a LeBron fan, he sold, right? But I do not take one series and look at his entire career and see, oh, well, nah, that's a highlight. Hell no. Like, he done way too much for the league. He the number one scorer. He about to be the top 10 in assists. He in top everything in the playoffs. So I'm saying I'm not going to take one series from LeBron and say, oh, well, he fall right here. He can't be the GOAT. Because I can sit here and say Jordan played 9 years. There's some times that he probably should have went to the finals but didn't. There's some series that he sold on. There's some shit that he went 5 for 17 in front of field. It happens to the best of them. Nobody's perfect. And that's with any great player.
Name the bad finals he had.
He lost
I'll be reasonable.
The Boston Dynasty. He lost to a back-to-back finals winner out of the what's it called?
The final. Hold on. You said the finals. You said the finals. Name one team Jordan played in the finals was better than any team LeBron played in the finals.
That's not the point, though.
What you mean it's not the point?
That's not
Because
the
of
point.
LeBron, what is the point? Because of LeBron.
But you just said
But
earlier,
you comparing multiple different teams.
because
But
it's not
but
possible
look,
to do that.
that's the reason why I say I don't like to compare eras, because if you take Jordan out that finals, if you take Jordan off the Bulls and you drop LeBron back then, they win in 7 straight.
No, they're not. He's not the scorer
they're
Michael
not.
Jordan is, man. He's not the
Are you
scorer Michael
kidding?
Jordan is. Him and Scottie
How
Pippen
can
on
you
the
say
same
that
team.
he the
That's just
number one
that's
scorer in the
nah,
NBA?
hell,
Period.
Because
They've
been
LeBron
in
is the
forever,
number one
man. He's
scorer
been
in the
playing forever,
NBA.
man.
Period.
He's been in the league. He was in the league.
I'm not going to take no hypothetical.
before
Drop
Jordan
him
got
there, because it's not the same. But if you want to
Jordan
talk
got
about
to the league at 21. Give Jordan 18. What you think Jordan's numbers would look like, man? He had a 3-4 year head start. That shit is fake. Kareem got in the league after like how many years in college, fo? Tim Duncan came in the league how many years in college? You can't do that. Look at all the top 10 great players and look when they came to the league.
Only thing I'm saying is the talent back then wasn't the talent these days. It's really that simple. The talent, no matter how
you talking about you confusing talent with skill. Skill is more of something you can actually measure versus talent. It's a lot of talent.
He's not the scorer Michael Jordan was.
Talent. Hold on. Let him finish, because I gotta hear this. Hold on. He says a lot of talent where?
It's harder to measure talent than it is to measure skill. Talent can be just
it's more talent is.
No, I'm saying you can look at a player like Derrick Jones Jr. and say he's talented because he's very athletic. So therefore he's a talented player. But when you look at it from the skill aspect, you might be like he's limited skill wise because all he can do is jump out the gym. He's not the best shooter. He's not the best ball handler. He's not the best when it comes to footwork. So those things you can actually break down into layers. Talent can just be, okay, it's just one big old blob. But but skill can be, okay, it's a blob, but it's layers to that. You can actually slice it up and break it down. So when you say that the league is more talented, I give you that, but it's not more skill because players now don't even know how to make a simple bounce pass. Like, it's things now that I see in the fundamentals are taken away from the game now than it was back then. Players back then didn't have to go, I got to do all these extra dribbling to get past you. I could do one move and get past you to my spot. That's called skill. Talent now is, I can go through my legs, I can go behind my back, I can do all this other stuff and still be in the same spot.
Honestly, to be 100% honest with you, there's players that's 10 times skilled ever than the past will ever be. And like ever be.
But see, what they would make up for back then, they had more IQ.
No. What they had,
the IQ is worse these days. Bro.
No, listen. What they had back then is lack of IQ. See,
so is Jordan Poole a better player than Clyde Drexler because he has more skill?
Hold on. I don't think he got more skill than Clyde anyway. But because of Jordan Poole, that was a bad example for me.
No, Jordan Poole got a deeper bag than Clyde Drexler.
I'm saying he got a deep bag. He can shoot from further. He can shoot from further.
But hold on, I would say this: if you take Jordan, if you say that Jordan Poole considered with these skilled players now, he's who he is. But if you took Jordan's Poole skill back then, he would be a top player then. Like, they are more skilled now, only because they learn shit and then they're going to keep learning and making new shit up.
So what do you
players I've ever seen in my life?
Decision making, because Jordan Poole has some of the worst decision making that we've probably seen out of pro level basketball.
That's the reason why I don't put. That's the reason why I don't put him involved when it comes to like better players. Like, his IQ is dumb. That's the reason why he is who he is, and then he on to the Washington Wizards. Because if he had better IQ, then he still would have been a Warrior right now, and they've been sending Draymond Green off already. Like, that's a fact. That's not even an opinion. So when I'm saying skill, I'm talking about the skill wise of your craft of the game. There's more skilled players now. That's not even close. Only because they learned, they took years to perfect the craft more and more and more. It's some shit that you see now that you would never seen back in the day.
I done seen niggas be way better than other dudes, but they are not a better player, man. Yeah. I think I value IQ over talent.
That's why we got. That's why I was saying
IQ was better back then, and that bridges the gap.
That's why I was saying earlier about Luka Doncic. I remember it was a time when we could actually see the growth in a player every year. I don't care how nice they was. We seen Kobe past his peak, still working on things. You like, dang, this dude know how to use his left hand that great now.
Can I ask you something?
Luka is
You
in
know,
his
you know.
fifth year. I'm not
His
finna have
things,
him.
I see about everything that Luka was doing.
Nah, Chris, he needs to get better in a lot of areas.
I'm not saying he's not. He don't need to get better. I'm saying we ain't seen it yet.
He's been the same player now, just with better stats.
You said Kobe.
He hasn't actually gotten better as a talent though. He's still the same exact player.
But listen to what you're saying. You're saying that about Luka, right? A nigga that was playing with grown men when he was like 13, right? So what you're saying is this: what you're not understanding. Technically, Luka is really a vet for real. He's young in the NBA. Luka is already a vet for real. So what you're not understanding is the fact is that when you bringing up players like Kobe, you could take Kobe best year in his entire career, and you can damn near put him to a middle range Luka his mid career, and it's not gonna compare. So when you talking about almost getting better and better, is how much? Okay, if he averaging 35, 10, and 9, what more do you want from him? You want to average 40, 50?
No. Hold on. I'm
just saying
a lot of Luka. This is what I want from him.
How much more can Luka get better?
Effort on defense. Hold on. His attitude, intangible.
But I'm talking about gameplay.
Before you bring
up everything is important in basketball. You need intangibles. You need IQ. You need everything.
The only thing you can combat about the Kobe versus Luka debate is stats, but you're not going to look at the big picture where Kobe was being a two-way elite presence, which Luka has never shown. I don't care when he's never shown a two-way elite presence that Kobe showed from at least his third year up until you can pick out the first year, Shaq first left, but other than that,
question? Oh, my bad. Where do you rate Steph Curry on your list?
All time?
We ain't got there yet.
All time.
I say he's. You can either put him anywhere between 10 to 12.
Okay, so 10 to 12, right? So anybody that's 90 other players that's going to be on your list, right? So that's 90. When have Steph Curry ever you seen a two-way player?
But
sometimes you just can be a better offensive player than anybody and still be better than
winning. We seen Steph Curry.
Steph Curry's still a better defender than Luka.
Winning reigns. We haven't seen that with Luka. Luka has not.
He only played for 6 years.
Luka's not interested. Hold on, y'all. I love Luka. Luka's not.
I will pull up some clips for you, DJ. I'll pull up some clips for you right now.
Man, stop it. Stop it.
I'll pull up some clips.
Okay. Where do you rate Kawhi Leonard and Paul George? Oh, you just rate Paul George on here. So as two-way goats, right?
I got Paul George third.
This list that we making though is about the best players we've seen. This not our all-time list.
Okay. So what you saying? Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, right? Two of the best two-way players that you probably can ever see in the game, right? Mm-hmm. I didn't say in the last couple of years, whatever. Luka is damn near unstoppable against both of them when they on the same team. They're literally on the same team, and they can't stop Luka. What that say about the skill Luka has?
No. This is what I'm saying. Luka is one of the greatest offensive talents I've ever seen in my life. But there's more to the. It's more to the game than that. If Luka gave a little bit more effort,
sure if he didn't have to carry his team.
Hell no, we not doing that. Luka is 6'7", 250, man. He can play better defense than that. He's not Trae Young.
We're going to give everybody that pass. We can't give that pass.
Oh, my God. Luka didn't get to play with Shaq. Luka could take off on defense sometimes. Luka didn't have Lamar Odom to run the offense and play defense sometimes.
Hold on. What did they say? What did they say defense is? Effort. He don't give the
first
effort.
Round, what was that?
What? Literally 10 seconds ago.
Same Lamar Odom that you trying to praise right now. They were still losing the first round. What did you call that? Because Lamar Odom, hold on a second. Lamar Odom was on the front of magazines talking about he was the next big thing to come into the NBA, and he blew that. He got to the Lakers where he can finally revamp his career because he wasn't doing nothing with the Clippers. He didn't do nothing with Miami. That's why he kept getting traded. So while you trying to big up a guy who was actually stinking it up since day one in the league.
So now Lamar Odom isn't a good player for the Lakers, and he wasn't talented.
I'm telling you his career before he got to the Lakers. They was
That's
trying to
fine.
They was calling Lamar Odom a bust, man. They was calling Lamar Odom a bust. They said he was way better than what he was.
That's cool. But when he got to the Lakers, what did he do? He helped.
It's not cool.
He helped.
Hey, we not finna act like Kristaps Porzingis wasn't out there cooking for Washington this year. We're not finna act like Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, I'm not finna act like Kristaps Porzingis missed half the season too. We're not finna act like that. He didn't want to post up. We're not finna act like he didn't want to do nothing but sit up on the 3-point line throwing up threes.
But this what I'm saying. Luka's lack of talent is getting overblown, man. Luka has some talent.
Oh my gosh, this is ridiculous.
Jalen Brunson could have been an all NBA player, man.
That's fine.
We're not gonna do that.
Jalen Brunson played fine. Him and Jalen Brunson played fine together. I don't know what the problem is with him and Jalen Brunson.
Now my thing is like, because I get it.
They played together fine
on the conference finals team. But we seen what Brunson has become. We done seen what Kristaps Porzingis can be.
We didn't see the true potential between Brunson and Luka until really the playoffs, to be honest.
Yeah, and that's not it's so it's Luka's fault that they didn't get to keep playing together, and so he wasted Jalen Brunson's talent. No,
I'm saying
it's kind of
Luka played with an all NBA player that we just didn't know was all NBA yet.
And what did they do? They went to the conference finals. They went,
but that's what I'm saying. Don't act. We now that we seen what Jalen Brunson is, we got to give Jalen Brunson his respect and what he meant to that conference finals team. That's what I'm saying.
I never took it away from him. I'm just saying.
I'm
just saying. And Jalen Brunson, and then they played with some guys.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy that you said don't move the goalposts when Luka has to play defense. When you just say Steph Curry got rings. But don't give the credit to Eagles.
Steph Curry's a better defender than Luka. He tries harder on defense than Luka. And Luka is 6'7", 250, man.
Hold on,
Luka's bad on defense for no reason.
I'll pull up some clips.
Don't pull up no clips. Tell me what he did.
Bro, listen.
Pull up some clips.
Do you hold on? It's called game planning. Do you know, like Steph Curry in most of his finals, he literally runs off the ball and he try to play it against another defensive player so they won't shoot. Curry don't play defense. That's the reason
Curry why locking up Dellavedova. Oh my gosh, he's locking up Dellavedova.
Hey, I want an actual excuse or something that can actually ring in my brain and make sense. Why is Luka so bad on defense? He got the same deal as Joe Ingles.
You acting like Ingles is terrible on defense. He's not great on defense. He does try sometimes. He definitely does try. He does try sometimes.
The same reason.
I'm disappointed in him. I'm
about to give you the answer. The same reason why the top offensive players are bad at defense. From Jokic, is horrible at defense. From Curry, horrible. Dame Lillard, horrible. James Harden, horrible.
That's a lie. Jokic
ain't a lie.
The only other ball handler before Kyrie got there, the only other ball handler the Mavericks had was Dinwiddie. They had no other ball handler but Dinwiddie. Do you really want Dinwiddie running the show?
Do y'all believe it?
No other ball handler before Kyrie got there. And when Kyrie got there, Luka and Kyrie were hurt.
Not making the plane there's no excuse for that, bro.
They did it on purpose, though.
There's no excuse for that. They did it on purpose, but I'm still
that's kind of crazy to be saying that. But when they tanked it on purpose,
but to be so bad,
they tanked it on purpose.
Situation where they didn't tank that bad.
Bro, the last 4 games, they literally said everybody.
Because they were so bad when Kyrie first got there.
They played like 9 games together.
Chris, they couldn't stop a nosebleed, man.
They played 9 games together.
And they couldn't stop a nosebleed, man. That was one of the worst defensive NBA teams I've seen.
They lost 9 games.
They
lost a couple of games, and they dropped from the 4th seed all the way out the playoffs.
Say, man, they was playing prom. Bro, they was playing prom, Gerald Henderson, Bobcat defense, man. That defense was terrible.
Imagine losing your best defender, and your defense gets worse. Imagine losing your best defender and your defense gets worse. Imagine losing a 6'5" point guard on defense and your defense get worse. That's crazy, right?
I understand, but it's like, but Derek was saying that they tanked on purpose. Yes, kinda, but not really. They thought they could win with Kyrie, so they they couldn't, and they tanked that shit.
But you know that like it's kind of like a choice of tanking because everybody was so close in the West. Literally from the 3rd to the 13th spot, it was like 2 games difference.
Yeah,
so it's kind of like shit. It's not that hard. Of course, you can tank the last 2 games if you feel like. We ain't there.
But we can't say
I
Luka
will
just.
holler at you niggas later. I will
Yeah, me too.
critique y'all list on Thursday because you motherfuckers have went completely.
Oh, shit.
getting
You go ahead,
off.
Chris. Go ahead, my bad. And then we finna get out. Go ahead. Go critique.
Yeah.
Niggas got shit to do.
My bad, bro. You should have been saying something. My bad.
Nah, so I was listening, but then I realized because like I really was just listening to y'all niggas. I was doing shit. I looked at what time it was. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna holler at you boys on Thursday.
Okay, go ahead. My bad.
Cause shit, I need to go. I don't even know what the
All right,
list
nigga,
is.
get to the point. Damn, nigga.
I don't know what the list is.
It's scrolling. It's scrolling on the bottom.
What is this?
Ray list. It's Ray list.
You gonna use your 30 seconds with some bullshit? Come on, dang.
You right. I'm gonna be like Charles Barkley repeating myself, nigga. Let me see this. Okay. So I think this is the one that. Oh, so this is Ray's.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so let me see. What
Talk
what
about
critique
Iggy
do I
first.
have on there? I
40
already
Joel
talked about
Embiid, 39
I already
Paul
talked
Gasol,
about. I already talked about Iggy in the
Okay.
in the
Vince Carter.
comments. But I will say this though. The only problem, like, I understand what you're saying, Ray, as far as like people trying to say that, oh, it's easy to say Luka is better right now. But in the same breath, I'm not putting Vince over James Harden. I can't put Vince over Kyrie. I can't even put him over Ben Wallace. And I understand what you're saying as far as like the scoring wise, but this was my thing, right? So we can all go back and look at Vince. We can go look at stats, go look at highlights and stuff like that. But Vince Carter is one of those players, like when we just talk about like longevity players, like you had people really asking, like kind of questioning his career. Was Vince Carter's career like, man, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of why I'm kind of like, I ain't really too high
Ooh.
on Vince Carter being that high.
I
And
know you
I
better not
even,
have Tracy McGrady on the list then, but go ahead.
you say what now?
Tracy McGrady
You
got
better not have Tracy
scoring
McGrady
titles.
on the list then.
Tracy McGrady got multiple scoring titles.
Yeah, and Tracy McGrady's career is pure
Hold
ass.
on.
Tracy McGrady's career got the worst career in NBA history.
How?
Facts.
How?
What you mean? He done nothing to be as great as Tracy McGrady
no,
was.
DC, I
he
think,
did
see,
nothing.
hold on.
Matter of fact, did he even make it past the second round ever? No.
But see,
that is
but
ass.
DC, this is what you're missing though. This is
I
what
ain't
you're
missing
missing.
nothing. I just told you.
Yes,
I missed
you
him
are.
going to an
Because at the
Injuries
end
in
of the day,
Houston.
DC,
Bro, he would have been
at
out the
the
second
end of the
round
day,
if he didn't have injuries in Houston.
Who
I
ain't
was just
woulda,
about to
coulda, shoulda. We only gonna talk about what we seen and what actually
but
happened.
DC,
Blaming
you had
injuries
to
versus a
put.
nigga just not getting it done.
Okay, see, hold on. First of all,
that's
I
not
done
the
sat.
fair.
First of all, shut the hell up. I done sat here and listened to this bullshit. Shut
Go
the
ahead.
hell up.
Go
You
ahead.
was not finna sit here and you cannot bring T Mac into the same breath because just like he said, T Mac got riddled by injuries.
Vince Carter did too.
But
Though.
I already said that I didn't even think that Vince Carter deserved to be on the list just based off everybody he had 50 through 41. That's what I said. I don't even think Vince Carter deserved to be on this list.
So the Tracy McGrady should be on the list.
So hold on.
That's all I'm saying.
So who do you think on my 50 through 41 is better than only person you can have an argument for is probably Chris Bosh.
I'd say I put Anthony Davis over him.
He gonna be higher on his
Anthony
list.
Davis is definitely better.
I put Anthony Davis over Vince Carter. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
No, Ray had Anthony Davis in his 40 through 50.
That's what I'm saying.
50, yeah, that was nasty.
Oh.
Like, I don't see how you can have AD that low but have Vince Carter so high. Like, again,
you know what? I ain't even gonna cat with you, bro. You know what? He might be on to something. Like, I don't know about that one, bro. Hey, look, hold on. If you talk about pure talent, AD by far is not even close. But when you talk about a lack of a superstar mentality, AD is the worst I've ever seen in my damn life. Like, I don't
until 2020. 2020
AD is so talented.
Hold on. We have to stop.
Best player on the Lakers in 2020.
You can count 2020 for AD.
This is not a top mentality list. This is a top talent that we've seen. And again, like, don't
his
get me
career
like,
better too.
Like, okay, so let me say this. So, and I guess I can rebuttal off of what I said, and I'm gonna say this off of what you said, DC. We can count Vince Carter as one of those revolutionary players, right? He changed how we looked at the game. Vince Carter changed how some of these niggas was dunking. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna put Vince Carter on this list, I'm fine with that. But I am not going to be fine with him being 31 over James Harden, Kyrie, Luka. Call me crazy. I'm taking Manu Ginobili over him. Because you can also say that niggas wasn't really doing no Euro steps until they saw Manu, man.
Nah, nigga, you tripping. Then you went too goddamn far.
No, I did not.
Nigga, I refuse to put a 6-man over a motherfucking starter. You tripping.
You had Manu Ginobili contributing
that
more than any team.
That 6-man was really impacting winning.
You had Manu Ginobili contributing a lot more.
That means Buckets came off the bench against bench players.
And on top of that, Manu Ginobili really had niggas. Manu had niggas Euro stepping, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Manu had niggas Euro. Wasn't nobody doing that shit before Manu, man.
Yeah, and Vince Carter was jumping over 7-foot niggas. Now what? So what's the point?
Name me the year, DJ.
Ginobili went around a nigga, and Vince Carter went over top of the nigga. Okay, we got that clear. Now what?
Yeah, and James Harden made his livelihood off going around a nigga. So what we talking about, bro?
But exactly, that's what I'm saying.
With pure talent, Manu didn't get the shots up. He didn't get the shot attempts that every other shooting guard had. But when it comes to pure talent, Manu Ginobili was just as good as any other shooting guard outside of Tracy McGrady, Allen Iverson, and Kobe Bryant.
Thank you.
Everybody else he got an argument for in terms of talent, man. Oh, and Dwayne Wade too. I would put Manu 5 then. Because I'll take Manu because I know what he could be over Ray Allen. I don't care. Hey, if you give Manu his own team, he's James Harden. But he don't show up in the playoffs.
Hold on. My bad. My fault, y'all. I apologize. I swear to God, I didn't know y'all list was what he could have been. I thought we were the players he's seen. My bad. I really apologize. I didn't fucked up this whole list. I apologize.
Nah. That's what it is. But now I'm saying, you're right. His career greater than them dudes too, though.
Ginobili career is over.
DJ,
hold on. Ginobili career is over. I want to speak about what I have seen from his career. He's not going to play another NBA game. So we already seen what he is. So that's my fault. I thought now when you want to talk about potential and what he could have been, my fault. I apologize. I thought we was talking about what we said.
You're right, but it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to shit on Manu because he did get them championships in that role. Yeah, and we know if he would have gotten a bigger role, he would have been better. That's all I'm saying.
I believe
to be
so.
a two-time All NBA player from a 6-man.
DJ.
Who else been a 6-man and still been All NBA twice?
Yeah, I believe
talent, man.
I believe that, but you can damn near say the same shit about J.R. Smith. Or niggas like
he ain't never been close to no All NBA team, man.
DJ, hold on a second. DJ,
okay. Hold on. Let me finish my.
Are you talking about? You saying J.R. Smith wasn't more talented when he was with the Nuggets than Ginobili?
No, hell no. All
right, go ahead. I'm gonna let y'all finish. You are a prisoner of the moment. J.R. Smith was that nigga. Strap City with the Knicks. J.R. Smith was that nigga. Y'all are tripping. That's like saying Jamal Crawford wasn't that nigga.
From a talent standpoint, J.R. Smith was nice, but I'm not taking him over Ginobili at any point.
Because Ginobili had a better system. But go ahead.
Okay, and then my last critique is I feel like that Harden should be over Kyrie.
Yes.
I think those two should be swapped. If you want to leave them right behind one another, that's cool. But
I feel like
the order should be swapped. Huh?
Can I ask you why?
I just feel like that we seen, just like you said, DC, we could talk about James Harden and, the playoff slumps and everything like that as a number one option. But we could say the same thing about Kyrie, man. Like, what success has he had outside of that, outside of them years in Cleveland where he was trying to, like, when Bron got there, of course, where he was the number one option. Like, what have we seen? That Boston team that he went to, they got to the Eastern Conference Finals without him, and they've been just fine since he left, right? But with James Harden
to do that because he wasn't there.
Say again?
That's kind of unfair to criticize him when he didn't play. That's kind of unfair.
I'm not saying it's unfair. I'm just saying when you just look at, I guess, impact of him being there.
Yeah, no. Look, I agree.
Say, Chris,
Don't get me
Chris,
wrong.
you sugarcoating. Kyrie's one of the worst first options we've ever seen, man. When he got the ball, we expected so much
now
more than
hold on.
Kyrie
Now, like
Irving,
I
man.
okay,
In
now
terms of from where we thought he was gonna be from coming
no,
from the
like
number two
but
with the
DJ, like I
Cleveland.
said, that year was those 2 years that he was there in Boston was really the only 2 years we got to see it. And again, I feel like that first year when he was hurt, once he came back, they was kind of looking at him like, because we know how Kyrie was, man. He want to take over. He want to always have the ball, get the last shot, and all that, yada yada yada. And them niggas kind of like say, man, we done got further without you. So that's kind of where I feel like that's coming
Yeah,
from. Now, when we look at Harden,
yeah.
of course, the first thing we're gonna point to, oh, he chose in the playoffs. He chose in the playoffs. But we've
Every
seen
play.
him have more success. We've seen him get an MVP. We've seen him get scoring titles as a number one option on a contending team. Now, we can always say we're not gonna sit here and ignore the fact that he's choked in the playoffs. When KD went down in that 2019 season in the Western Conference Finals, that was his best chance to get. Or that wasn't him. That was that year or was that Portland? Or
I
whatever
don't know.
year
Hey,
that
James
was.
Harden choked so much. I don't know what to tell you. I know he choked when
Yeah,
I
Kawhi
was just
Leonard,
gonna say
but
that
yeah,
nigga
but
Kawhi
choked a
it
Leonard
was
lot,
went
bro.
down. He choked. He was
yeah,
up
but it was
3-1.
it
He
was one of them.
choked.
It was one of them years though where that
Shit.
year where they went that year they shot themselves
Hell,
pretty
he
much
just
out of
choked
the
last year.
game.
Now that I'm
You,
thinking
you,
about it.
you know what I'm saying? So, but when I just look at James Harden as far as like what he accomplished in Houston, bro, I feel like that outweighs anything that Kyrie has done outside of that championship run.
I was just about to say that now.
As a second option, so it's like that
Hold on.
brings it down a little
But he
bit.
was a second. But he was a second option.
I would
But
look.
when
Well,
we
one
but
B,
when
would
we
one
give
B,
but
this.
when
yeah.
we look at James Harden and his All NBA selections, we
Uh-huh.
look at his MVP, look at his scoring titles. I feel like that
Assist
James
champs.
Harden, like that should just be switched. I mean, and even
Yeah,
still, in saying that, I
Yeah.
still feel like Vince Carter is still too high to me. Like I said, I
Vince
feel
Carter to
like
be the
Vince
best
Carter.
player out this group is nasty. It's disgusting, man. I'm getting
Yeah, I
mad.
just don't.
Like
I
the
don't
whole
see
thing
Vince
about
Carter
it, man.
being that high. If you're gonna put Vince Carter on this list, I feel like he should
It's
have been in your
disgusting.
50 to 41 group. That's my personal opinion on that.
Mm, I
Okay,
got
look.
Vince Carter
If you're gonna
35.
put him someone, he's gonna be 50 to 41.
I
Again, just
But
because he was a revolutionary player, he changed how we looked at the game. Now, DJ, when I look at your list, I still don't Vince Carter 35. I still don't know if I'm taking him
this
over
Vince Carter
Kyrie.
hate is crazy.
Huh?
The Vince Carter hate is crazy, man.
Vince Carter, my
I
top
mean, I would probably. I mean, I would. I feel like he. I
personal.
feel like he should be over Chris Bosh. Oh shit, hold on. I feel like he should be over Chris Bosh. I feel like Chris Bosh is a little high. Um,
Yeah, I just think it's
that Klay Thompson, because y'all had a debate about this already, didn't y'all?
This was why I got Chris Bosh and Klay Thompson so high. They multiple champions in their roles. Like we
Hmm.
done seen Chris Bosh be a number one, and we seen him get to the playoffs. He's done just as much as Vince Carter has done as a number one. But as a third option, you could argue Chris Bosh as being one of the greatest third options we've seen because his versatility. He was one of the first power forwards. He was one of the first power forwards guarding the perimeter, still
Lamar Odom,
protecting the rim.
Kevin Garnett,
KG.
Team Elijah won.
Bro, Chris Bosh I said he was one of the first one in this new era in that small ball lineup. Chris Bosh was one of the first ones.
I do have.
He was playing center. Chris Bosh was playing center.
Lamar Odom was
Kevin
that.
Garnett.
And then outside of
Kevin Garnett
that,
wasn't playing center, man.
why do you have?
Got hurt. Yes, he did.
And
then just my only other question, I guess I would have: why do you have Joel at 40?
Twice.
I got Joel. We both got Joel at 40. That dude, he can't get out the second round. You an MVP? That's disgusting, bro. That's disgusting. He's the second worst. He's the second worst loser on this whole list, man. He done lost more than everybody on this list, man. The fact that I can say LaMarcus Aldridge been further than Joel Embiid, that's disgusting, dog.
I mean, my bad. I didn't mean to cut y'all off. Only thing I say about the list, like I said, is this criteria. Now, if y'all want to talk about just as talent-wise best players we ever seen, I feel like it's different lists. But when you talk about career and you trying to put that into like, I just feel like a lot of these people like should be lower or higher. You know what I mean? Like James Harden, if you can't say James Harden
because talent wise, even on
during the season,
because talent wise,
but
just on
playoff
both of
he's
y'all lists, I feel like Joel Embiid just talent wise is better than Paul Gasol.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel
just
like
talent wise,
talent wise, he's better than Amari. I feel like he's better than Marcus Aldridge. That's why I'm saying like
but
that's
you
why
can feel like that though, Chris. But the thing is, if it depends on how you do it. If you say I weigh talent over career, then that you can put him in your list like that.
Yeah.
But some people weigh career over talent.
If
you was a great second option that outweighs you you get a up in my mind than the dude who was a number one option they couldn't get out the second round. Basically.
But this the thing though about that, DJ. This way you get
to me
trouble.
I mean, because if that's the case, then we might as well put him over. We might as well go bump Kyrie down because I feel like besides that ring, I feel like Joel Embiid got a better career than Kyrie.
But DJ, answer this though, DJ. Can a number two option ever have the same responsibilities as a number one?
It depends.
I mean, no. I mean, no and yes.
Nah, because I ain't gonna
lie.
Say
Jamal Murray is a second option, but you can say he's better than a lot of number ones.
But tell me a top.
I can say Klay Thompson's a number two, but I know it's a lot of people in the league I would took him over than some of the number ones in that time.
Where Klay Thompson had the same responsibilities as a Vince Carter at any point in his career. Rookie Vince Carter had more responsibilities than any point that Klay Thompson ever had. They was expecting a rookie to come in and put in what he did. He did it. He put Toronto on the map. He did that from day one. But guess what guess what he got in return? Nothing.
I just feel like it depends what you think the number one or number two option is. And I just feel like when you sit here and say the number one option or number two option is two different levels. Because I look at LeBron and Kyrie, right? In they finals that they won. You can sit here and say LeBron was the number one option, but Kyrie had the most important role, and that was to score the ball. LeBron orchestrated the offense, but it was up to Kyrie to get that ball in that hoop. The niggas think like LeBron, yeah, he averaged 40 in them last couple of games, but so did Kyrie average 40 with him. So it's kind of almost neck to neck, and that's the same thing that's going on with Jokic and Jamal Murray right now. Jokic runs the offense, but it's Jamal Murray to score the basketball. Like Jokic is not supposed to score the basketball. He will do it if he has to, but he just controlled the game. Jamal Murray is supposed to put that ball in the hoop. So it depends on what you're saying, that the criteria of number one or number two, because then there's another team where like Dame Lillard and he's number one option is just to put the ball in the damn hole. So some people
and that's what
it depends how your team is shaped that you can be the number one option as a number two. Because technically, Kyrie just scoring the ball is technically what most number one options are, like to score the ball, put the ball in the hoop.
Oh, but okay, let me defend why I got Chris Bosh and Klay Thompson so high as second and third options. I'm gonna say it like
then I'm gonna hop off.
Me too.
Klay Thompson as a second option. What did he bring to the Warriors? 6'7". He's a top 5 shooter of all time. I don't care what.
Great defense too. Amazing.
Great defense.
Always guard the best players.
So if you look at the Golden State Warriors system, who could in the NBA at that time during Klay Thompson's tenure, who could you replace Klay Thompson with?
Nobody.
They can do everything exactly, and he did his job to like.
I'm high on Klay Thompson. Yeah, Klay Thompson.
Exactly. Chris Bosh at that time.
PG-13.
Nah, nope.
Boy, you bring PG off some of them screens, man. He's gonna be shooting 30% in some of them playoff games, man. As many threes you gotta shoot that Klay Thompson had to shoot.
He's gonna go straight to triple threat and do them slow crossovers.
Nah, for real. PG-13 gonna fuck up the offense.
Hey,
I
Chris
would say
Bosh.
this. Klay to me is the best. Like, and honestly, you got him at whatever you got him at. See, I'm a big high quality when it comes to Klay Thompson because I look at him as just as important as Curry on that team, right? And it's not saying he's better than Curry, but he's just important. Meaning that he always guard the best guard, so Curry don't have to. And literally, like I said, that stretching the floor just like Curry do, Klay Thompson doing better than anybody on that court. If he touched the ball, the bitch going up. Every shot is a great shot for Klay Thompson. Not this later on Klay Thompson, but I'm talking about prime Klay Thompson. Hey, I'm talking about if he touch it, That shit going up, and he got the perfect form every time. He's damn near like one of them players that you get a headache of guarding him because you be running around all day, and he still get a shot up. You can't tell me too many players gonna score 39 points in 6 minutes of a three
Come on
quarters.
now.
Like,
Come on now.
I
40
don't care what
point,
nobody
50
say.
point games.
Yeah,
Jump
I don't care what nobody. You're not scoring 39 within. I think he started shooting at like 7 minutes in the third. So that alone, I don't give a damn. As a seeing wise, Klay Thompson one of the best I've ever seen. Like talent wise.
And can I defend Chris Bosh too? Who can you replace him in that type of offense where they up and down the floor? He can play center, protect the rim. Hey, you see what they tried to do with Kevin Love? It didn't work as well. It didn't work as well, man.
I think the perfect person for that role would have been a prime KG.
But that's what listen to who you're saying. Listen to who you're saying. Name some more. They could play. Man, you can't put too many people in that role, man. That's what I'm saying. And he did it to a T. And we seen him at.
To be honest, you could have put a Dwight Howard right there. And it would have, bro.
They needed the floor spacing. That's what I'm saying, Ray. Chris Bosh was taking jump shots. He became a jump shooter. Chris Bosh was standing in the corner sometimes. He was standing at the top of the key.
You got a Dwight Howard where he lacks in space in the floor. He becomes a lob threat though, and then you also got one of the greatest defensive players of all time on the other end.
You needed an off-ball big, man. LeBron has won all his championships with bigs that they could shoot jumpers. Anthony Davis was making jumpers in 2020. Chris Bosh was making jumpers. Kevin Love was making jumpers, kind of. LeBron has only won with stretch bigs because his play style.
So
he needs space.
He was losing. Did he not have those same stretch bigs?
But when he was winning, he had stretch bigs.
But he was losing with those same ones. He done lost.
We've never seen him win without a stretch big. That's what I'm saying.
But we also seen him lose.
He goes after stretch big.
Pick up.
I guess.
He's never had a true big. Like, what are you talking about? He's always had a stretch big or somebody who can shoot.
That's what he wants to play with. That's his preferred play style. He don't want no fucking run and dunk, goddamn Clint Capella, and he don't want that.
So why did they get
Dwayne Wade, LeBron, and Dwight Howard?
Why did they get Shaq?
What you talking about?
When Cleveland got Shaq when he was there the first, then why did they go get him?
And that's just because that shit just man, that shit was dumb, man.
Why did they go get Andrew Manu?
I don't know, bro.
Oh.
I'm just defending Chris Bosh. Name me.
They got all them bigs in LeBron early years and realized that shit wasn't gonna work.
Real talk, man. And then you look and seeing Kevin Love. Remember they was like, oh, he need a Chris Bosh type big. Go get Kevin Love. Boy, Kevin Love did not look as good as Chris Bosh did in that role. That's a hard role to play too. You know how much you got to diminish your game to play with LeBron as a big.
Love scored 30 points in the first quarter with LeBron. I ain't trying to hear that.
This nigga bringing up a quarter. Chris, you got anything else you want to say before we wrap this? Hey, I like that, Ray. After we get through our topics,
I wanted to add this though. You tried to make Manu something about the 6 man. Kobe finished second in 6 man, and then turned out to be one of the greatest players of all time. So yes, it was a player out there who was in a 6 man role that went on to be more than just a 6 man in their career.
I didn't say it wasn't, but I'm saying he stayed a 6 man his whole career. He made all NBA. Who made all NBA from 6 man position, man? Come on, bro. You know, if he had a bigger role, he would have been James Harden. That's how I feel. James Harden stole his game from Manu, bro.
All I'm saying is, first of all, James Harden was quicker by far, was stronger by far. So it's certain things to James Harden game that it made it easier for his game to translate how it translated. You're saying this based off of because somebody took their game from another player.
He tried to take it, and Manu swatted that goddamn shot in that play out there and said, "Nigga, I'm the originator."
Be like, okay, let's say Manu been become a number one option, leaves the Spurs, and have his own team. But how does that hurt his legacy though? Do we look at Manu the same if he don't have all those rings with him no more? We don't look at him the same.
But then, Ray, then you gotta say, man, maybe he's possibly competing for more All NBA teams. Maybe he's getting more. He probably could have got a scoring title. You know how good Manu Ginobli was in his limited amount of shots.
We got some NBA 75 talents that was number ones their whole career just about. They don't got that many All NBAs. You got a Paul Pierce. He don't got that many All NBAs. But guess what? He went against those heavy hitters. He held his own. Just because you're a number one option and you can have, oh man, I can put up more shots. I can put up better stats now.
Raynard.
Do you realize the two guards he would have had to go against?
Raynard, can I get this off real quick? Dude is playing under 30 minutes a game for his career, about 25 minutes, man. If you think he was playing James Harden minutes, if you can get 25 and 5 in less than 33 minutes, in like 30 minutes or so, what do you feel like he's doing if he got more minutes? What, 25 and 5?
Yeah.
Yes. In goddamn 07 when he was coming off the bench.
So he did that one time, and from that 1 year, you said, man.
He started 23 games. Bro, right now, this is what I'm saying. Manu Ginobli in his prime, if he goes to a different team, and they built the team around Manu Ginobli. Oh. He's doing it off the bench. If you can get
Evans did that as a rookie, I'm saying though. So
he's doing it off the bench. This is what I'm saying. His role was strictly to come off the bench and be the guy that can get buckets on the bench. Bench couldn't get no buckets. So if I strictly have a Lou Williams role, a Jamal Crawford role, but I can get all NBA, what does that say? If I can get all NBA off the bench, you don't think he can get that as a starter somewhere with a team built around him?
I don't think
James Harden was doing exactly what Manu Ginobli was doing with OKC. He went somewhere, he exploded. I think Manu Ginobli.
I don't think you giving the Spurs system enough credit. Because if you remember correctly, like I do, go back to that first major finals that they won when he was there. He wasn't ready yet. You take him out of that system and you put him on a whole nother, let him start in any other team. Not with Pop. Manu, like, that's the thing. That's why it's important that we go back and we actually watch tape on these guys. Manu was not the guy that you think he is. That Spurs system allowed him to become a better player because his IQ wasn't sharp yet. All he had was he had some talent. It was raw talent though. It wasn't translating well with the NBA at the time. It took him a lot of years before he finally started getting it. And I don't think you understand that. Like, the thing about James Harden showed from day one. My minutes actually do reflect off of what I can and can't do. The first year that James Harden was the number one option, I was like, I'm not really surprised. I would have been very surprised if Ginobili became a number one option all of a sudden and his numbers just went crazy. I would have been very
Raynard, bro, in 04-05 when they won a championship with the Spurs, man. And he was 21, 6 and 4. He's taking 12 shots a game, man. You don't think if his volume goes up, his points don't go up, man?
You forgetting also that most of his points came from the free throw line. He was who do we credit for flopping? Manu Ginobili. Most of those points was from the free throw line.
Say, bro, what great player don't get to the free throw line? Isn't that a sign of a great player? That's what I'm saying. Raynard, he's James Harden if he goes somewhere else. James Harden literally followed in his footsteps, but instead he left the potential dynasty and he went and got his own team. If Manu Ginobili would have did that, you don't think he could have did that? That's what I'm saying. What about Manu Ginobili's game said, hey, man, you go somewhere else, you couldn't be no star, but you could be an all NBA player from the 6-man spot. You could be 21, 6 and 4 from the bench in the playoffs.
What I'm interested in knowing is what is the potential for Ginobili that you have if he was the number one option on the team?
25, 7, and 7. How come he couldn't be? If you say, like you said, he can get to the line. So I think they can go from 8 to 12. I feel like his 3 points are going to go up. So he's going to go from averaging 4 threes to 7 threes. And I mean, he's probably going to end up making 3 threes. So you add that up, he can easily clear 25 points per game. You remember Manu Ginobili and how nice he was at the rim, how good he was as a 3-level scorer, man. Getting to the paint, getting to the free throw line, mid-range, 3-point shooting. He could play make. He could guard. He was James Harden. He just didn't get to go and be in Houston right now. That's what I'm telling you. That's all I'm saying. And I easily see him getting 24, 25 points somewhere else, man. Because like you said, he gets to the line. He can shoot the 3. And then he can be the best player on your team because his playmaking, his defense, his rebounding. He does everything at the shooting guard position. He didn't have too many holes in his game. That's what I'm saying. He was a superstar that brought himself all the way down and was a 6 man. We see him beat Team USA in Argentina. He beat an all-star team. Come on now. We're not going to do that. That was the most embarrassing thing we've ever had in USA basketball.
That was the worst USA
team. The worst USA team's an all-star team still. That's what I'm telling you. He was the best player on the court. And he's playing with who? Who else was on Argentina? That's what I'm saying. When you give Manu Ginobili his own team, build it around him, how can he not? Like, what about his game where he can't get 25, 7, and 7? You just said he gets to the free throw line. He can shoot from all 3 levels efficiently. What about his game would be like, oh, well, he went and got his own team in New Jersey, but he's the 8th best shooting guard. It don't even make sense. He's the type of player, when his volume goes up, his numbers go up. His efficiency is still good. That's what I'm saying. Just because we didn't get to see him in the road, I mean, we can't infer. I'm inferring. I'm sorry. I'm just saying, bro. I love Manu Ginobili, man.
Hypotheticals.
Man, still was all NBA from the bench, man. like you say what you want, man. Dude was still all NBA from the bench twice.
3rd team.
Who else has done it from the bench?
I don't know. That's something you got to research.
You capping, man. That dude was James Harden before James Harden. James Harden stole his game, went to a different team, and unleashed. Manu Ginobili could have did the same thing. There's nothing that said nothing in his game. There was nothing in his attitude.
So
there was nothing.
So if you gonna compare his career, his possible number one career to James Harden, then you looking at Ginobili as being a NBA at one point, leading the league in scoring, and him actually being able to look at the best player on a conference finals team. So you see all of this stuff in Ginobili's career as a number one option. I know you don't.
Probably not a scoring. Probably not a scoring title. Probably not a scoring title, but he made all NBA from the bench. He can't make all NBA somewhere else as number one option with a team built around him.
I didn't even mention all NBA. I said MVP.
Okay, probably not MVP just because that era was a different era. He still would have been in that era.
Honestly, I can't. Ginobili is one of those guys. It's hard to really scale
because
what
he didn't see
the number one option.
No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, man. Dude was one of the great. What he did to Team USA alone. Do you not remember 04? I was watching that shit at church, man. I remember that shit at church. We was watching that shit at church, man. I think we was having like fucking summer camp or some shit. I'm watching this dude cooking on a projector.
Was you watching every Olympics game? Because I can tell you every player on what's just about during those times that was cooking on USA. Carlos Arroyo, who was a scrub in the NBA, used to cook on USA for Team Mexico. Do you remember that?
Bro, all them niggas cooked, but Manu Ginobili was different, man. Manu Ginobili wasn't the best international player in 2004. That's what I'm saying. Out of everybody, right?
I don't even think Dirk used to play for his team back then either. Though. So I mean, that is that.
And that boy still, and he didn't. The dude wasn't even playing 30 minutes a game for Argentina and doing all that. Boy was shooting 58% and 40%. Man.
Tell me the team he played against the USA. You talking about an all-star team? I know some of those guys on that team was not all-stars, but tell me the team that he played against in Team USA, because it's by far the worst Team USA we've ever seen. Since
it was the best team in the world right now. It's America. Come on, bro.
That's not the same USA team.
No USA team should ever lose in the Olympics. Ever. There's no excuse, man. There's no excuse.
Name of the team off.
I'm finished too, bro. You was getting crazy, bro. Like, I don't care who's on that damn team. They shouldn't have lost to no fucking Argentina. The hell is we talking about? Damn. This is ridiculous with this shit, man. It got all your boys on here too.
Talking about them rookies that didn't play.
Allen Iverson, Amari Stoudemire, Carmelo Anthony, Carlos Boozer, Dwayne Wade, Emeka Okafor, Lamar Odom, LeBron James, Sean Marion, Stephon Marbury, Tim Duncan, Richard Jefferson. Allen Iverson, top 5 shooting guard. Dwayne Wade, top 5 shooting guard. Well, he was a rookie, so I ain't gonna count him. Allen Iverson and Tim Duncan alone. You out of your head, bro. You out of your head. Then you got role players in Lamar Odom, Sean Marion. So you can't build a successful Olympic team in 2004 around Allen Iverson and Tim Duncan with Sean Marion, Lamar Odom, and Emeka Okafor as your role players, and Stephon Marbury as your 6 man coming off the bench. Carlos Boozer. I'm not even gonna count Carmelo, Dwayne Wade, and LeBron. But you can't win in 2004 in the Olympics with the team I just named. What's the excuse, right? What's the excuse?
They was trash.
See, bro, that's what I'm saying. It's no excuse. You know it's no excuse. Allen Iverson and Tim Duncan alone in 2004 should have won you a goddamn gold medal, man. It's no excuse, man. You know, come on, bro. You know. But yeah. I just cooked you.
I mean, I can't. It already happened. I can't say nothing.
That's what I'm saying. You trying to, man, that USA team, bro, it's USA in 2004. It's not even like the international players now is way better than they was back then. So 2004 international play? Come on, man. You're not gonna do that.
And they still losing. So how much better are they?
And that's what I'm saying. Man, hell no.
You want to know who got a gold medal?
04?
You want to know who got a gold medal?
Who?
Vansanity.
Okay. Melo got the most. Well, he did. He used to. Oh, man.
What?
Bro. Oh, this team was so much better than USA. Manu Ginobili, Luis Scola, Fabricio Oberto, Carlos Delfino, and Andres Nocioni. They all NBA players, but
Andre Nocioni, I ain't heard that name in a long time.
Come on, Ray. There's no
Luis Scola was looking like Tim Duncan out there.
Against the real Tim Duncan. It's trash. Tim Duncan, the greatest power forward ever, man. Allen Iverson, top 5 shooting guard, man. Top 10 shooting guard all time, man. There's no excuse. That's all I'm saying. So you can hit me with. I'm pretty sure he is, though. He's one of them. Let me see. Jordan, Kobe, Wade. Then you could throw Iverson in there.
Drexler. Kind of staticky right there, number 4.
It's because you could throw, because some people can be like, man, you can throw Drexler in there. But Drexler and Allen Iverson did the same thing, but Allen Iverson got MVPs. You can throw
titles.
Yeah, and scoring titles. And you could throw Tracy McGrady in there because you could say Tracy McGrady peaked, But then he's like Trace McGrady didn't have no playoff success, so he get demoted even further. And then if you go to the shooting guards that won, they was mostly second options. Even Clyde Drexler was a second option at his when he was winning. So you still give Allen Iverson the edge there. Klay Thompson, he was second option. Joe Dumars, second option. So
Clyde
if
got
you
to
just go for
finals as a number one option though.
he only went to one. Remember we had looked it up. He only went to that one on Portland. I mean, I'll fact check. Let me fact check it. But I think he only went to one, and he got his ass whooped, and he played bad.
They lost in what 6?
Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't a it's gonna sound stupid, but it wasn't a close 6.
Yeah, that is crazy.
He did go to 2. It was a gap.
I know
It was a gap. It was a gap in between them. That's why I had probably forgot. He went in 89 and 90, and then he went 91, 92. He did because they got their ass whooped by Detroit. He lost to Detroit, then he lost to I keep saying ass whooped, but that is what I say.
Making it seem like he just like, bro, he in dog walk. It don't matter.
Yeah, I'm just talking shit. I don't mean it like that. He wasn't just getting killed, but they lost.
He still
they lost to the Pistons.
As a number one option.
Okay, so you can put Clyde 5, but it's like their one finals appearance outweighed them MVPs and scoring titles. It depends. I seen Iverson, so that's why I got Iverson right there. Iverson was a killer, man. Too,
but I was just
what other shooting guard getting that game that he got against the greatest team ever assembled?
Jordan.
Exactly. Exactly. So that's why I don't care what nobody say. He got on Ray Allen ass by himself. It was Ray Allen. I think they had Desmond Mason set. No, Glenn Robinson.
Ray Allen was putting up those battles.
But this is what I'm saying. You having battles, but your team, you got Glenn Robinson, you got Sam Cassell. I think they had, I don't know if they had Desmond Mason, but they had way better players on that Bucks team.
Athletic wing. He wasn't nobody special.
Who else did Allen Iverson have help on the scoring side?
Probably
Theo Robinson?
Aaron McKee. It was something.
Man, I'm finna get up off here, man. That boy brought up Aaron McKee as help.
He was a 6 man. He was a 6 man that year. You were just big enough for 6 man. He was the 6 man of the year that year, man.
He wasn't no damn Ginobili though.
They had a defense player of the year out of what's called Mutombo.
They ain't helping him get buckets, right?
Hey, that's 76ers fault for building a team like that.
I don't know why they did that shit. That shit used to piss me off.
I don't know if they purposely did that or if this is how after they got everybody, it was like, bro, we only got one legit scorer on here.
Nah, they did this shit on purpose, man. They did this shit on purpose because you didn't want to get the ball out of Allen Iverson hands, but nah. And oh my goodness, this dude, Ray Allen got on their ass. He got on Ray Allen's ass, man. That boy had back-to-back 40-plus games. That boy had 46 in Game 6. Then that boy had 44 in Game 7.
He was shooting atrocious that series, though, too, though.
Say, man, at the end of the day, you got to outscore motherfuckers. I don't care how you do it. We know them niggas trash.
That boy Ray Allen going to empty the clip. Man, you only hit him one time, so I hit him.
Real talk. Sam Cassell done led some of them games. Glenn Robinson was leading some of them games for Philly, and Iverson led every damn game, man. And Iverson was the leading scorer in 4 out of the 7 games.
Who did you actually expect to lead in those games on Philly?
But I'm saying in the whole game. Ray Allen only led in one game in the whole series out of both teams.
The games that Sam Cassell and Glenn Robinson was leading, what did they average? I mean, what they score?
Boy, Sam Cassell 24, Glenn Robinson 22. Then was defensive games though. They was in the 70s and 80s. Both did. Allen Iverson didn't even play that game. Allen Iverson didn't even play Game 3.
And they won.
Oh yeah. Nah, they lost by 6. But you supposed to get your ass blew out, man. Ray Allen went 6 for 18 when what's the name wasn't there. That's his fault. That was the swing game, Ray. You know every series got a swing game. You supposed to get game 3. Oh well, they got game 3, but never mind. They won, but whatever. But Allen Iverson led every game in scoring that he played, like outside of game 5. And the other one that Ray Allen had scored 40. I think Ray Allen had 38. But yeah, Ray Allen was shooting horrible too. He went going 8 for 20, 2 for 8 from 3. Ray Allen should have been way better.
I mean, you can say that Ray Allen was underachieving before he got with Boston.
He was. That's why.
That Bucks team should have been. There ain't no reason why you put Allen Iverson on that Bucks team, Ray Allen on that 16. The Bucks playing the Lakers.
Facts, and that's another way you can get facts. You put you put Ray Allen on that Philly team, boy, lottery. In my opinion, because Ray Allen can't carry a scoring load like what Allen Iverson can.
We thought Ray Allen and Rashard Lewis was about to be a pretty good duo, and they didn't do it.
I didn't think Ray Allen was ever gonna do nothing in Seattle. He was fun to watch.
I'm not saying I never had them win the championship. I just thought they was going to at least be like, okay, this is a nice little duo. They both kind of got the same play style. They both are what's called 3-point threats. Both can score pretty good.
But see, in my brain, Rashard Lewis was always like a third or fourth option. But him to be the second option, I knew that shit wasn't gonna work. He couldn't do nothing himself. Like he didn't have no creation.
He could.
No, not enough. Not enough.
That
Rashard
same
Lewis. He attacked closeouts.
That same what's it called? That same Orlando team you try to discredit. Was he not leading the team in scoring?
Raynard. This is what I'm saying. Rashard Lewis in Seattle. The most he could do off the bounce was attack closeouts. Rashard Lewis ain't have no wiggle when he got the ball as a one-on-one player. That's what I'm saying. That limits what you can be. If he's your second best player, you in trouble. With Orlando, he still wasn't the second best player, even if he was the first best scorer. You see what I'm saying? Like he still was a third or fourth best player on Orlando when they went to their conference finals. When they went to the finals. That's what I'm saying. He was one of their better scorers, but he still was like the third or fourth. You could say Hedo Turkoglu was more important than Rashard Lewis just because his ball handling responsibilities. Jameer Nelson went to the All-Star game. And we know what Dwight Howard was. So, he was in that 3-4 range in terms of being the third or fourth most important player on that Orlando Magic team. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. And that on that Dwight Howard Finals Magic team, where did Rashard Lewis rank? Y'all let me know in the comments. Where did Rashard Lewis rank on that Orlando Magic team? Was he the second best player, third best player, fourth best player? Let me know in the comments. But I don't know, man. I think that team was trash too, though. What year was that with the Ray Allen? I think that was like
the 09 year they made it to the finals.
No, I'm talking about with Ray Allen when he was on the Sonics. When him and Rashard Lewis.
Rashard Lewis got drafted there. So I don't know the exact year that Ray Allen first got there, but I didn't even realize Rashard Lewis came straight out of high school.
He came in 02,
He came in that same year with what's it called, Elton Brand.
See, Rashard Lewis was
second round.
But see, Rashard Lewis was already like there for 5 years by the time Ray Allen got there. So he still was like, he still should have been good enough. See, yeah, Rashard Lewis was 18 points a game. Ray Allen was 23. That's the thing with Ray Allen. He never could get to that 25, 26 point per game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was always hovering between 21-ish to 24-ish. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's important. Him extra 4 or 5 points. I'm just saying. And why? And where'd you have Gilbert Arenas? Why Gilbert Arenas wasn't in your 40-31?
He on other list.
I know he was in the 50, but like, come on, man. Gilbert Arenas was nice.
If he would have had a longer prime and peak, he would have been way ahead of all this.
Cause man, the best version of Vince Carter better than the best version of Gilbert Arenas?
That's not how I made my list.
But I'm just asking. Just as a Hooper fan.
I mean, you can argue that about Gilbert with anybody though. Gilbert is like that we seen in his best was, man.
And that's why I got him so high. Because that's what I'm saying. Like, his peak outweighs some of these niggas' whole career, man. I ain't gonna cap in my brain.
But he didn't do nothing in his peak though, other than just show us, I can give you 60 on Kobe.
He choked against LeBron too.
Is it after LeBron went to him at the free throw line? A young
He should got a tick.
Huh?
He should got a tick. He should got a tick, bro.
The ref didn't give him the ball yet.
But I'm saying, like, come on, bro. It's like, damn.
That ain't the first time, it ain't the last time we done seen players do that. So how you gonna try to cherry pick and say, nah, LeBron, she got a tick right there?
Bro, when have you seen somebody else do that?
We literally seen Dame and Russell almost get into a fight because Russ kept on talking to him. That's when Dame turned around and said, I'll beat your ass. No, that was Patrick Beverly. When Pat Bev did that. Because he walked past Dame and said something. Dame turned around and said something back to him. And then they started going at it. And that's when Dame walked off the line and started about to walk towards Pat Bev and said, I bet you I'll beat your ass.
But that's what I'm saying though. That shit a little extra, bro. Don't be walking up to a nigga while he at the free throw line though, bro. It's just like, come on now. You do that shit at the park. Motherfucker shooting for ball, you hollering them up. Boy, you get into a whole fight in the park, bro. You know that shit.
The funniest one is when Kurt Thomas had bet Kobe he was gonna miss the next shot. The next free throw. Like,
Grant Williams. Oh man. Grant Williams did do that, lame man. He did do that. Did he miss both? I can't remember.
Yep, he missed both of them mugs.
He missed both. Grant Williams,
real, y'all. It's been the Two Know-It-Alls. Your boy diddyknowsball. I'm your host, Ray. Hey, we out.
I thought you would never end them motherfuckers. Damn.